I raise dinosaurs in the apocalypse. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 76 3 Key Points to Victory. In the expert's office. By the way, I have a friend, Wu Fei, who has been stuck at level 1 for a long time. Can I ask for a promotion for him? Lin Kong looked at Zi Wang's friendly face and thought that he should be easy to talk to, so he also wanted to let Wu Fei directly upgrade to level 2. After all, it is possible to lose in the competition. If I tell you directly for free, it is already against the rules. If I tell your friend, it will be very difficult for me. Zi Wang rubbed his hands awkwardly and said, what he meant was that Lin Kong could get the method of condensing beads for free because you have a helper who is a new human at level 2. Now, he still wants to ask for this method for his friend, which is really a foolish dream. I can pay for it. Lin Kong shook the salvation coins in his hand, still trying to persuade Zi Wang. This is not a question of money. You should understand that our Salvation Chamber of Commerce must control the number of level 2 new humans, otherwise, the status of the Chamber of Commerce will face unknown threats. So, please don't embarrass me, Zi Wang said seriously. As long as there are no horrible zombies like level 4 or level 5 outside, the Salvation Chamber of Commerce will not allow a large number of new humans to be promoted to level 2. But, then, Lin Kong gave several reasons, hoping to persuade Zi Wang, but Zi Wang's attitude was very firm. Originally, Lin Kong wanted to use force to force him directly, but Zi Wang never did anything rude. Don't hit a smiling person. Lin Kong really couldn't find a reason to hit him, so he could only sigh and give up the idea of buying a promotion quota. Lin Kong walked out of the expert's office and came to the playground. At this moment, 10 circles had been drawn on the ground with wide lines on the playground. The rules of this competition for promotion quotas are very simple. In each circle, 2 people fight. During the battle, weapons are not allowed to be carried and lethal attacks are not allowed. Those who win the battle can be promoted to level 2 with the help of the Chamber of Commerce. Fei, I'm sorry, I didn't buy the promotion quota. Lin Kong looked around and soon found Wu Fei. It doesn't matter if I didn't buy it. I will try my best to fight against my opponent and win. Although Wu Fei said very confidently, there was a trace of fear in his eyes. Seeing this, Lin Kong asked curiously, who is your opponent? Go Yanking. When Wu Fei said these 3 words, his tone was trembling, because when he thought of the incident in the gymnasium when Go Yanking wanted to cut off his ears, he felt scared. But fortunately, this competition does not allow the use of weapons, nor is it allowed to kill the opponent. So it was him. Then do you know what his superpower is? When he was in the gymnasium, Lin Kong originally planned to teach Go Yanking a lesson, but unfortunately he ran away. I am most familiar with his superpower, called flame-breathing feet, which is. Wu Fei introduced the characteristics of Go Yanking's skills. Because he had been beaten many times, he was quite familiar with Go Yanking's skills. However, even if he knew more, Wu Fei could not find a way to defeat Go Yanking. After listening, Lin Kong nodded. What is your superpower? Tell me the weaknesses and strengths of your ability. The more detailed the better. Oh, my superpower is Wrath of the Earth, which is a kind of. Wu Fei began to introduce his superpower in detail. After listening to the story, Lin Kong touched his chin and thought for a while, and finally smiled. Well, the situation is still optimistic. What are you optimistic about? Could it be that you have figured out a way to defeat him? Wu Fei's eyes showed hope. When he was studying in college, Lin Kong's grades were always the first in the class. Not only did he have good grades, but Lin Kong also had a lot of tricks. I did think of a way to beat him, but it will be a little painful. I don't know if you can bear it. Lin Kong frowned and said, pain? How painful? It's just this kind of pain. Lin Kong said the tactics he had just thought of. After Wu Fei heard this, his face showed a struggle, but in the end, his eyes became firm. As long as we can beat him, this little pain is nothing. Class leader Lin, I've decided. The original text is in the 6 number 9 at book/bar. Just use the method you said. Wu Fei has been bullied by Go Yanking. This time, he must regain his face in the competition. 1:30 p.m. Just as Zi Wang said, this game was not delayed at all. After the venue was cleaned up, 10 referees were in place, and the contestants were all ready. The game started immediately. There was nothing fancy, because the 10 games were held at the same time. If all were played, it would be over at about 2 o'clock. Once the competition was over, the closing ceremony, award ceremony, etc. were cancelled. The loser stayed where he was, and the winner would be directly taken by Zi Wang to be promoted to level 2. Remember the tactics I said? Before the fight started, Lin Kong asked Wu Fei again. Remember. Wu Fei's palms were sweating, and he was obviously very nervous. Lin Kong looked at his sweaty face and reminded him. In fact, it doesn't matter if you forget the details of the tactics halfway through the fight. The most important thing is the 3 key points. As long as these 3 key points are achieved, you will definitely win. Okay, repeat the 3 key points. Many people have perfect plans before fighting. However, once the real battle begins, various factors such as pain, fear, and tension will affect the execution of the plan. Some people even have a blank mind and forget all their plans. Therefore, in order to prevent such things from happening, Lin Kong will summarize several key points every time he plans tactics. Remembering a few key points is much easier than remembering an entire plan. The key points are: first, psychologically, make the enemy angry. Second, physically, let yourself endure the pain. Third, in the eyes, look for the most appropriate time. Wu Fei answered the 3 key points fluently, because the 3 key points summarized by Lin Kong for him were psychologically, physically, and in the eyes. It is very regular, so it is easy to remember. In fact, these 3 key points are very useful against most enemies. As long as you learn them today, you can use this tactical template when you encounter an enemy in the future. Fei, go ahead and beat up that red-haired monster, Lin Kong encouraged Wu Fei. Wu Fei's eyes became firm, and he nodded vigorously. Cheng, come on. His girlfriend Li Minutes held Wu Fei's hand and said nervously, don't worry, Wu Fei looked at Li Minutes affectionately, then turned around and walked towards the competition venue. Chapter 77 Wu Fei vs Go Yanking. With the guidance of Big Brother, as long as this kid can keep calm, he will definitely win. Lin Kong, who was standing aside, looked at Wu Fei's back and said to Li Minutes, in fact, it doesn't matter whether we win or not, as long as Cheng is safe and sound. Li Minutes' eyes were also fixed on Wu Fei at the competition venue. For her, it didn't matter whether he reached level 2 or not, and it didn't matter whether he beat Go Yanking or not. The most important thing was that Wu Fei could be safe and sound, and the two of them could be together forever, which was enough, because, after the end of the world, Li Minutes' parents and relatives either turned into zombies or were eaten by zombies. Now, Wu Fei is her only relative, and the only one she can rely on. Sister-in-law, don't worry too much. We have to trust Fei. Come, sit down and watch slowly. Lin Kong handed a stool to Li Minutes, and Li Minutes sat down as he said. Just now, Lin Kong found 3 stools from the teaching building for the 3 of them to rest. Since Lin Kong was a level 2 new human, no one dared to stand in front of Lin Kong and the other 2, so the field of vision was very good. Wu Fei was already standing in the number 8 field. He stretched out his hands, and the referee was checking him to prevent him from carrying weapons. After checking Wu Fei, the referee went to the other side of the number 8 field. A bad young man with fiery red hair was checked before the game. This bad young man was only wearing a pair of shorts. His sturdy upper body, with bulging muscles, looked very strong and powerful. He stood barefoot on the ground, with a faint white steam rising from under his feet. He was Go Yanking, a level 1 new human. Superpower, fire-breathing feet. The amount of spiritual energy in the body, 19 strands. Next to Go Yanking, there was a middle-aged strong man. This middle-aged strong man was the level 2 new human who had argued with Zi Wang in the expert office before. His name was Go Huo. Go Huo whispered to Go Yanking, son, please control your temper and don't beat him to death. Oh, don't worry, Dad. At most, I'll beat him to vomit blood, Go Yanking said impatiently. Seeing his son like this, Go Huo turned to the referee and said, "Hey, old Feng, if my son can't control himself later, remember to stop him." Referee Feng nodded. "Brother Go, don't worry, I won't let Jian beat anyone to death." Wu Fei, who was on the other side of the field, saw this scene and understood instantly that the referee of this game actually called Go Yanking Jian, which showed that the relationship between the two was not ordinary. Moreover, they were all discussing asking Go Yanking not to beat them to death. Why? Originally, Wu Fei was a little afraid of Go Yanking in his heart. Now, after hearing their conversation, he was even more afraid that Go Yanking would beat him to death. Even though Lin Kong had already formulated a tactic for himself, he still felt uneasy. Okay, both sides are in position. After checking Go Yanking, Referee Feng came to the middle and ordered. The two stood face to face. Wu Fei clenched his fists, his legs slightly bent, and was in a fighting state ready to attack at any time. On the other hand, Go Yanking put his hands in his trouser pockets, looking lazy, and said, "By the way, kid, I have rage disorder, so don't make me angry. Otherwise if you get beaten to death, don't blame me." Rage disorder? Wu Fei finally realized it when he heard this. No wonder Go Yanking beat him up like a mad dog when he accidentally bumped into him a few days ago. It was because Go Yanking had rage disorder that Gof was worried that his son would accidentally kill Wu Fei. After all, Wu Fei was a level 1 new human after all. Even if he was forced to fight the mutant zombies, he could still play a role. It would be a pity if he was beaten to death by his son. Attention, the match. Referee Feng raised his hand high, then lowered it. Begin. However, after the words fell, neither of them moved. Wu Fei was too nervous to act rashly. Go Yanking, on the other hand, looked at Li Minutes in the stands. He stuck out his fat tongue and licked his lips. "Your girlfriend's breasts are quite big. It must be very pleasant to pinch them. How about this? You just admit defeat and give your girlfriend to me. I won't bother you anymore in the future. Shut your stinky mouth." Wu Fei couldn't stand hearing Go Yanking molesting his girlfriend. Li Minutes was the most important person to him. He could tolerate being insulted, but Min couldn't. The original text is on Liu number 9/. He rushed forward angrily and threw a straight punch full of spirit at Go Yanking. "Alas, you are really an amateur." Wu Fei was strong and often participated in boxing competitions. Facing Wu Fei's punch full of flaws, he casually turned sideways and dodged it, and he kicked out. Plop! Wu Fei fell to the ground, but he got up quickly in anger and rushed forward to attack again. At this time, he had completely forgotten all the tactics he had planned before, because he had too little combat experience. Before the end of the world, he was a rich second generation, with a lot of younger brothers running around. Although he often went to the gym to exercise and had 6 strong abdominal muscles, he had never fought many times. After the end of the world, he was lucky enough to evolve into a new human being, and he had never encountered powerful mutant zombies outside, so he had never experienced a life and death battle so far. In terms of combat experience, Wu Fei was at a disadvantage. In terms of superpowers, Wu Fei was restrained by his opponent. In terms of tactics, Wu Fei fell into Go Yanking's trap. All three were at a disadvantage, and Wu Fei would definitely lose. But, suddenly, a loud shout rang out. "Fei!" Wu Fei, who was about to rush forward, was frightened by the familiar voice. He turned around and saw Lin Kong glaring at him. Lin Kong shouted loudly, "Calm down." Hearing Lin Kong's reminder, Wu Fei slapped his forehead in regret. "Oh, I'm so stupid." Originally, Lin Kong's tactics were to irritate Go Yanking with ridicule and other language in the first step, so that he would reveal his flaws. As a result, now, he was irritated by Go Yanking instead. So, he immediately used Lin Kong's breathing calming method to drive out the anger in his brain. After adjusting his mentality, Wu Fei began to prepare to execute the first step of the tactics. First, psychologically, make the opponent angry. He still bent his body slightly, as if ready to attack at any time. However, he did not take any action. Instead, he raised a wicked smile and cursed, "With your ugly appearance, even if I give Amin to you, She will not accept you. She probably would not dare to kiss you even if she hanged herself. Ha ha ha. I thought Go Yanking would rush up to attack me angrily after hearing this, but unexpectedly, Go Yanking looked disdainful. I say, are you mentally retarded? You can't even curse. Chapter 78, Wrath of the Earth. Start. Wu Feigen is just a simple and kind-hearted rich second generation. He hasn't cursed many people and is not good at swearing. Therefore, his words just now did not anger Go Yanking at all. Wu Feigen thought about it and couldn't think of any appropriate swear words. Since the method of irritating with words doesn't work, he will irritate his opponent with actions. He stepped forward and rushed straight towards Go Yanking, shouting, "Die, scum!" In Go Yanking's eyes, Wu Feigen's attack was full of flaws. "You are really a complete waste." As he said that, Go Yanking secretly clenched his right fist and lowered his body. He prepared to end the fight directly with an uppercut. However, Wu Feigen's superpower, Wrath of the Earth, activated. With a click, the ground under Go Yanking's feet cracked. Bang! A pillar of soil drilled out from the gap. Go Yanking, who was not prepared, was immediately hit on the calf by the earth pillar as thick as his arm. His body also lost balance. Good opportunity. Wu Feigen approached, aimed at Go Yanking's chin, and threw a powerful uppercut. This was a punch that contained spiritual energy, so it was naturally very powerful. Go Yanking was hit by this punch. His feet were off the ground, his body fell backwards, and then fell heavily to the ground. Cheng Cheng, good job. Seeing this scene, Li Minutes in the stands couldn't help cheering. Lin Kong and Lin Kong didn't feel any joy, because the real battle hadn't started yet. This mere uppercut was impossible to knock Go Yanking down directly. Haha, you waste. You dare to sneak attack me. Sure enough, Go Yanking slowly stood up. He wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, and his eyes gradually became fierce. Son, don't kill people. Goof, who was not far away, reminded again. Don't worry, I can only cripple him at most. Go Yanking twisted his neck, making a terrifying crackling sound of bones rubbing against each other. Referee Feng on the side also stared at Go Yanking and Wu Feigen closely, ready to take action at any time to prevent Wu Feigen from being beaten to death. Seeing this scene, Wu Feigen took 2 steps back on the surface, pretending to be a little scared. In fact, he was constantly reviewing the tactics planned by Lin Kong in his mind. Very good. The opponent is already a little angry, so what I need to do next is to continue to irritate the opponent. Wu Feigen secretly circulated the spiritual energy in his body, and all the muscles in his body tensed up. He did not launch an attack. He was waiting for the opportunity. As soon as Go Yanking stepped on the ground, the soles of his feet burned with red flames. Fire-breathing feet has been activated. With the flame wrapped around him, Go Yanking's feet will be greatly improved. Even if he is blindfolded, he can find the enemy's position by relying solely on the perception of his feet. Now, don't even think about hitting me with your ridiculous Wrath of the Earth. Go Yanking's feet were bathed in raging flames, and he attacked Wu Feigen with a grim smile. Before Wu Feigen's Wrath of the Earth is activated, there will be a vibration sound in advance. With the blessing of fire-breaking feet, Go Yanking can find the location of the crack in the earth in advance, so as to easily avoid the attack. Therefore, the sneak attack method just now cannot be used a second time. So, we have to change the sneak attack method. Run. Wu Feigen turned and ran. You, a waste, still want to escape? Haha, can you escape? Fire-breaking feet can not only enhance perception, but also make the soles of the feet spray fire. The spray of flames brings huge propulsion. Go Yanking leaned forward, and then his feet sprayed fire, and his speed skyrocketed. In an instant, he came behind Wu Feigen. You can't escape. Go Yanking's 5 powerful fingers grabbed Wu Feigen's neck. But, Wu Feigen was prepared. He had studied Go Yanking's fire-breaking foot, and when the foot spewed fire to accelerate, the body could only sprint in a straight line. Therefore, when Go Yanking rushed towards him, Wu Feigen dodged sideways early, and, while dodging, Wrath of the Earth was activated. Crack. The ground cracked. The original text is available at Liu number 9/. A stone pillar cracked and stood up from the ground. Seeing the stone pillar rising, Go Yanking shouted. Oops, it turned out that Go Yanking's attention was all on Wu Fei. So when he felt the ground shaking, it was too late. His calf, which was moving at high speed, once again came into close contact with the stone pillar. Bang! Go Yanking, who was tripped by the stone pillar, fell to the ground. On the stands, Li Minutes was overjoyed. She clenched her fists and was happy for Wu Fei. Yeah, Go Yanking was knocked down again. With the guidance of squad leader Lin, Cheng has become so powerful. Lin Kong also praised with a smile. Well, Fei caught the timing of releasing the skill very accurately. Goof, on the other side, saw this situation, frowned and sighed. Alas, my son must be very angry now after being attacked twice. This Wu Fei may have to come in standing and leave lying down. In the number 8 competition field, seeing his opponent fall to the ground, Wu Fei retreated far away instead and did not go forward to attack, because he couldn't beat Go Yanking. Even if the opponent was lying on his stomach, Wu Fei didn't know how to beat him. Kick him with his feet? What if Go Yanking turned over and grabbed his feet? Then he would be finished. Whether in terms of fighting experience or superpowers, Wu Fei was not as good as Go Yanking, so if he wanted to defeat Go Yanking, Wu Fei could only rely on wits. In short, if he wanted to win, he had to retreat a little further, and then wait for Go Yanking to go crazy. Go Yanking stood up slowly. Even though his face was covered with dust, he did not wipe it off. His eyes flashed with red fierceness, staring straight at Wu Fei. Suddenly, he moved. You useless piece of shit, I'm going to beat you to death. Go Yanking roared, stomped his foot heavily on the ground, and with a bang, the ground cracked, and his figure, with the power of this kick, shot towards Wu Fei like lightning, so fast. Wu Fei ran away again, and summoned a soil pillar in front of Go Yanking to block him. The same trick was used again. Pop! The soil pillar that emerged was kicked and exploded. Go Yanking smiled triumphantly. Useless piece of shit, the same trick won't work on me. After that, he attacked Wu Fei again. Knowing that he couldn't win, Wu Fei could only run away. However, the entire competition venue number 8 is just a circle with a diameter of 10 meters. When he escapes to the edge, he must change direction. At this time, he can't escape. Wu Fei can't escape anymore. Run, keep running. Go Yanking pounced on him like a vicious tiger. His fists, glowing white, smashed towards Wu Fei's head with an unstoppable momentum. Facing this vicious tiger, Wu Fei could only bend down and stand still, blocking his arms in front of him, and began to defend with all his strength. He clenched his fists, and beads of sweat appeared on his palms. Wu Fei understood that the most critical second step was coming. He was going to start getting beaten. Chapter 79, Concentrate on being beaten. Question: facing an opponent who has superpowers to restrain him and has more combat experience than him, what tactics should Wu Fei adopt to defeat the enemy? Answer: defend with all your strength, look for opportunities, and win with one strike. The tactics that Lin Kong formulated for Wu Fei consisted of 3 steps. Step 1. Enrage Go Yanking and make him fall into a violent state. Step 2. Bear his anger and endure the violent attacks. Step 3. While being beaten, keep your mind clear, and when the opponent reveals a big flaw, seize the opportunity, use all your strength, and kill the opponent with one strike. Yes, as a weak person, Wu Fei only has one chance to kill the opponent. Therefore, he must grasp the timing of this attack very accurately. Bang! Go Yanking's punch, which carried a huge momentum, landed on Wu Fei's arm. The huge impact force made Wu Fei retreat again and again. Fortunately, Wu Fei's arm was wrapped in spiritual energy, and his defense was greatly strengthened, so he did not break a bone. However, there was still a strong pain rushing along the arm to Wu Fei's brain. Wu Fei gritted his teeth and endured it. The beating has begun. If I want to win, I must persist. Bang 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 bang. Go Yanking waved his fists, and the fists emitting white light bombarded Wu Fei's arms like a storm. Pain, 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 pain. Waves of severe pain hit Wu Fei's brain like a tide. Suddenly, Go Yanking changed his move, lowered his fist, and hit Wu Fei's abdomen. Bang! Wu Fei, who was already in so much pain that he saw stars, didn't see the punch at all, and his stomach was hit hard by the blow. The whole person flew backwards. Wow! As soon as he fell to the ground, Wu Fei spat out a large mouthful of blood in pain. "I'll kill you while you're sick." Go Yanking stepped on the flames and was about to go up and hammer Wu Fei to death. "Stop!" Referee Feng stood in front of the furious Go Yanking and shouted coldly. "Yanking!" Go Huo also shouted from a distance to prevent his son Go Yanking from killing people. "Cow, you dead waste!" Bah! Go Yanking could only stop and spit at Wu Fei. In the stands, Li Minutes, with a worried look on his face, anxiously pulled Lin Kong and asked, "Squad leader Lin." Cheng Cheng vomited blood. "Do you have any tactics?" However, Lin Kong replied coldly, "Vomiting blood is a tactic. As a weak person, if you want to defeat a strong person, vomiting blood is just a basic operation. This vomiting of blood is just the beginning, and the real terrible pain has not yet arrived." Competition venue number 8. After Wu Fei vomited blood, he stood up again tremblingly. He is a new human with strong recovery ability. This punch seems painful, but in fact, he can fully recover after sleeping for a day or two. Looking at Wu Fei with blood on his mouth, Referee Feng advised, "Now is the time to use people. Wu Fei, you can't beat him, just admit defeat." Although he and Go Yanking have a good relationship, he did not favor Go Yanking in this match, because there is no need. The fighting strength of the two is too different, and Referee Feng does not need to do anything shady. However, Wu Fei took a deep breath, and he recalled Lin Kong's tactical plan again, thinking that he could win. So he said to Referee Feng, I can still fight." Haha, he wants to be beaten. "It's not my fault." Go Yanking rushed up impatiently, his feet spewing fire, greatly speeding up his speed. Referee Feng did not stop him. Go Yanking had a sinister smile on his lips, and punched Wu Fei in the face. Wu Fei tightened his muscles, clenched his fists and raised his hands, defending with all his strength. Change of tactics. Go Yanking changed his tactics again, and the punch that was originally thrown at Wu Fei suddenly stopped. He twisted his waist, turned around, and kicked Wu Fei fiercely with a whip kick. But this time, Wu Fei ducked down in time and blocked the insidious whip kick with both hands. Just when he felt relieved, he was hit by an iron fist in the face. "Ah!" Wu Fei screamed and flew out. As soon as his body landed on the ground, before Wu Fei had time to spit out blood, Go Yanking rushed up and kicked Wu Fei in the stomach with a bang. Wu Fei was kicked and slid sideways on the ground. The original text is available at Liu number 9/. After sliding sideways, he rolled several times before stopping. Go Yanking wanted to pursue the victory, but was stopped by Referee Feng. Helplessly, Go Yanking could only spit at Wu Fei from a distance and cursed, "It's so boring." In the stands, Li Minutes' eyes were filled with anxious tears. "Squad leader Lin, why don't you let Cheng Cheng admit defeat?" "Cheng Cheng definitely can't beat Go Yanking. Don't worry, if Fei can't stand it, he will take the initiative to admit defeat." Lin Kong comforted. "If he really can't stand the pain, just admit defeat directly." This is what Lin Kong and Wu Fei had discussed before. At most, just stay away from Go Yanking in the future. No, now that Lin Kong is here, even if he loses, Go Yanking will not dare to bully Wu Fei again in the future. To be honest, Lin Kong didn't care too much about the outcome of this game. Winning the game is just getting a promotion quota. Losing the game will not have any major losses. Although he provided a tactic of defeating the strong with the weak, he also felt that Wu Fei should admit defeat halfway through the fight. Because, in Lin Kong's impression, Wu Fei is just an ordinary rich second generation with weak willpower. Competition venue number 8. Wu Fei spat out a large mouthful of blood again, and the blood was mixed with one of his back teeth. He shook his dizzy head and struggled to stand up again. Judge Feng asked in surprise, "Do you still want to fight?" Wu Fei nodded firmly. "Yes, I want to win." He did not answer "I want to fight, but I want to win." He not only wanted to continue fighting, but also wanted to win. "Originally, I didn't know how to defeat Go Yanking. Now, squad leader Lin has pointed out a way for me, and I must grasp it well. No matter what, I must defeat this bastard. Wu Fei swore secretly in his heart. Okay, then continue. Judge Feng took a step back, indicating that Go Yanqing could continue to beat Wu Fei, since Wu Fei insisted on seeking death. Even if he was beaten to death, he could not blame others. With his feet bathed in flames, Go Yanqing rushed to Wu Fei like the wind, crouching, sweeping the leg. Bang! Wu Fei's fighting consciousness was already poor, and now his head was dizzy, making him even less able to block this sweeping kick. Wu Fei's calf was hit, and his body was suspended in the air, about to fall to the ground. Bang! Without waiting for Wu Fei to land, Go Yanqing stepped forward and added a straight punch, hammering Wu Fei's abdomen fiercely. Puff tilde the Wu Fei flew out while spitting blood. After landing, Wu Fei hadn't recovered yet when he heard hurried footsteps. It was Go Yanqing. He quickly hugged his head and curled up. Since he couldn't block it anyway, he might as well not block it. Just concentrate on getting beaten. Chapter 80 Determination to Victory. 8 Competition Field. Bang 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 bang. Go Yanqing ran up and kicked Wu Fei's back wildly. While kicking, he cursed, "You dead waste. You are just wasting food. Go to hell." Wu Fei didn't move, just circulated his spiritual energy to his back, silently enduring the dense blows like raindrops. In his heart, he firmly remembered the second step of Lin Kong's plan, to endure the enemy's anger and endure the enemy's attacks. In the stands, Li Minutes, who watched her boyfriend being beaten, burst into tears. She sobbed and begged Lin Kong, "Squad leader Lin, didn't we agree to beat Go Yanqing? Why did you keep getting beaten? Otherwise, let Cheng Cheng admit defeat." "Sister-in-law, don't panic." On the surface, Lin Kong calmly comforted Li Minutes. In fact, seeing Wu Fei holding his head and getting beaten, Lin Kong was also quite confused. "Brother, if you get beaten like this, you can't win." The tactics planned by Lin Kong are: 1. Provoke the opponent. 2. Find the flaws while being beaten. 3. Counterattack with one move. However, you hold your head with both hands and cannot even see the opponent's movements. How can you find the enemy's flaws and then counterattack with one move? It is meaningless to be beaten without purpose. In order to remind Wu Fei, Lin Kong stood up, put his palm to his mouth, like a trumpet, and shouted, "Fei, eyes, eyes." However, no matter how loud Lin Kong shouted, it was useless. Wu Fei on the number 8 field could not hear it at all, because the waves of pain were like huge waves on the sea. And Wu Fei was a poor shabby little wooden boat under these huge waves. The pain all over his body has overwhelmed all his consciousness. Wu Fei is not like Lin Kong. He can't stay calm under the severe pain. Therefore, almost all tactics disappeared from his mind, and only one sentence remained: "Bear the pain, and you will win." Seeing that Wu Fei did not resist, Go Yanqing changed his kicking position. He went around to the bottom and kicked Wu Fei's buttocks, calves, and arms. He went around to the top and kicked Wu Fei's head, neck, and shoulders. "Dead waste, dead waste, I will kick you to death, kick you to death." Go Yanqing cursed while kicking. At this time, the contestants in other venues had almost finished their competition. When everyone looked at venue number 8, they found that Go Yanqing was beating Wu Fei unilaterally, so they gathered around to watch. "Look at the fiery red hair, isn't it expert Go's son? Go Yanqing, didn't we say that the game would end in a certain amount? How come expert Go's son kicked him like a ball? This is too violent." Yeah, that kid was kicked so hard, the ground is covered with blood." "SHHH, keep your voice down, don't let expert Go hear you. He's a level 2 expert. We can't afford to offend him." On court number 8, Go Yanqing, who was having a rage attack, was very angry. Because Wu Fei was like a dead person, he didn't react at all to his attacks, not even a scream. This was too unpleasant. What's the most enjoyable thing about torturing people? The happiest thing is to hear the cries, "Please for mercy," and screams of the weak. Facing the motionless Wu Fei, Go Yanqing was very angry, and he decided to kill him. "Poor cockroach, I'm going to step on you to death." He first took 4 or 5 steps back, preparing to run up, and then kicked Wu Fei's head to pieces. Old Feng Gof listened to the discussions of the audience around him, and felt that it would be a bad influence to indulge his son in killing people, so he signaled to Referee Feng. So, Referee Feng stood in front of Go Yanqing. "Stop it, I'll rule you the winner." "Ah, I'm going to kick that rubbish to death." Go Yanqing was so angry that his feet were spitting fire on the spot, his body was in the air, and he wanted to directly pass over Referee Feng. Snap! Referee Feng firmly grabbed Go Yanqing's foot, pulled it off, and shouted in a deep voice, "Smelly boy, calm down." Seeing that Referee Feng was angry, Go Yanqing gritted his teeth unwillingly and could only suppress the idea of killing. Then, Referee Feng shouted to Lin Kong and others in the stands, "Come on, take Wu Feng away." "Okay." Li Minutes, with a worried look on her pretty face, was the first to rush down. She came to the number 8 competition field and helped Wu Feng up. After Wu Feng stood up, he found that the surrounding scenes had become blurred in his sight. He shook his head, and after a long time, he could see his girlfriend Li Minutes' face clearly. Then, he turned around and saw that Referee Feng had raised Go Yanqing's hand and was about to announce Go Yanqing's victory. No. Read the original text in Liu number 9/. This battle is not over yet. Class Monitor Lin's tactics have only been executed to the second step, and I still have to seize the opportunity to strike back. Wu Feng pushed Li Minutes away and limped to the referee. "Wait a minute." "Wow." Before he finished speaking, he spat a mouthful of blood on Referee Feng. Fortunately, Referee Feng did not care about the blood on his body. "Do you still want to fight?" Judge Feng looked at Wu Feng's pale face and asked in surprise. Wu Feng wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and nodded. "Yes, I can still fight. If you keep fighting, someone will die," Judge Feng warned solemnly. He also couldn't understand why this young man in front of him was willing to risk his life to defeat Go Yanqing in just a small competition for promotion quota. "I'm not afraid of death, but I'm afraid of losing." Wu Feng's words revealed an unusual stubbornness. Before, he didn't know how to win. Now, since he has a chance to win, he must seize it. He must win. He must win. Not only because this is a good opportunity to be promoted to a level 2 master, but also because he wants to wash away the humiliation in the past. Before the end of the world, he was a rich second generation who could call the wind and rain. After the end of the world, he was a useless new human who was often bullied by Go Yanqing. Strong unwillingness, filled his mind. In the past, he had resisted Go Yanqing, but he had failed. This time, if he failed again, when Go Yanqing was promoted to level 2, he would never be able to surpass this bastard again. The tactic of turning defeat into victory has now successfully completed the second step. There is only one last step, and I can beat this bastard. Success is right in front of me. I must persist. Cheng, are you crazy? You will die. Li Minutes was so anxious that she burst into tears. Wu Feng turned around and responded word by word, "I will win." At this time, Lin Kong also came over. He patted Li Minutes on the shoulder. "Sister-in-law, believe in Feng." After comforting Li Minutes, Lin Kong turned his eyes to Wu Feng again. He nodded solemnly to Wu Feng to express his support for Wu Feng. In fact, this 3-step tactical strategy was planned by Lin Kong according to his own personality. Therefore, at the beginning, Lin Kong did not have much hope for Wu Feng's victory. But now it seems that Lin Kong has a vague feeling that Wu Feng will win. Chapter 81. The third step of tactics. The rules of this promotion competition are to stop when the time is right and no killing is allowed. The distribution of the players is also based on the ranking of the new humans in the gathering place. Each venue has one weak and one strong, so the winners and losers are also decided quickly. There are a total of 10 games, and 9 of them are won by the strong and the weak are willing to retreat. Only the venue number 8 has not yet decided the winner. Everyone gathered around to watch. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that Go Yanqing is the strong one and Wu Feng is the weak one. Everyone is very puzzled as to why Wu Feng continues to struggle in vain. You have a brain problem. You can't win, but you still want to get beaten. Yeah. Wu Feng is no match for Go Yanqing. Even if he keeps fighting, he will be knocked down in a few moves. That's strange. Normally, Wu Feng always swallows his anger. Why is he so stubborn today? Did Go Yanqing sleep with his girlfriend? Ha, brother. Your guess is very logical. In the number 8 venue, Referee Feng warned seriously, I reiterate for the last time that you insisted on fighting. If you are beaten to death, it is your own responsibility. Do you understand? This is the end of the world. There is no legal restraint. Referee Feng said this, which is considered to be the most righteous for Wu Fei. Well, I understand. Wu Fei took a deep breath. He felt that he could win. Okay, both sides get ready, Referee Feng said, and took Wu Fei and Go Yanqing to the middle of the venue. The two stood face to face, and Go Yanqing turned to look at his father Goof. Goof nodded slightly at him. Go Yanqing saw this, and his eyes showed a bloodthirsty and fierce light. Since my father agreed, I can beat this kid to death without worry. At this time, Judge Feng also gave Go Yanqing a look. This look meant that you can beat Wu Fei to death, and I will not stop you anymore. After conveying the look, Judge Feng no longer hesitated. He stepped back, raised his palm high and lowered it, and shouted, "Let's fight." This time, Go Yanqing didn't say anything nonsense. As soon as Judge Feng finished speaking, Go Yanqing rushed out. Like a hungry wolf in the forest, he pounced on Wu Fei, the little sheep. Wu Fei just raised his hand to defend, and the rain of fists fell down. Bang 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 bang. Wu Fei, who was already seriously injured, had no power to resist at all. Under this punch, his body shook like a sieve. After a crazy hammering, Go Yanqing stopped and stood still. Bang! On the other hand, Wu Fei rolled his eyes and fell backwards like a log. Just when everyone thought that Wu Fei was beaten to death, a weak voice came out of Wu Fei's mouth. Puff tilde I. But blood kept gushing out of his mouth, making it impossible for him to speak a complete sentence. Seeing this, Go Yanqing laughed grimly. Then, he sat on Wu Fei's stomach. Dead waste. I will blow your head with the next punch, and your dearest girlfriend will become my slave after you die. As he said, Go Yanqing slowly raised his fist. On his fist, the light of spiritual energy was surging, gathering, and becoming brighter and brighter. Finally, it turned into a dazzling light bulb. This punch condensed all of Go Yanqing's spiritual energy. This punch was aimed at Wu Fei's head. If this punch hit, Wu Fei would definitely die. In the stands, all the audience rubbed their eyes and watched this punch. With such a close-range punch, there is no way that Wu Fei, who is seriously injured, can dodge it. His head will be blown up. By then, the skull, brain, blood. God, such a cruel thing. I actually have a little expectation. Alas, this poor kid, even if he is beaten to death, no one will dare to avenge him. After all, Go Yanqing's backer is Goof. Doesn't he have a friend with an Ultraman backpack? Maybe he will seek justice for him. TSK, Goof has the support of the Salvation Chamber of Commerce. The one with the Ultraman backpack is an ordinary person with no combat power. After all, he only has one level 2 subordinate. They are at best an arm. How can they twist the thigh of the Chamber of Commerce? Everyone was discussing it in a flurry. Before Wu Fei was beaten to death, they had already started talking about what would happen after his death. As for Li Minutes and others, no. Li Minutes roared and stretched out his hand to Wu Fei. The original text is available at Liu number 9/. She understood the power of this punch, and her tears flowed like a flood. She wanted to rush over to stop Go Yanqing, but was firmly held by Lin Kong. Lin Kong placed his hand on the Triceratops, ready to activate Dinosaur Possession, to save Wu Fei at any time. The Forbidden Fire Eye of the Tyrannosaurus Rex was also ready to stop Go Yanqing's punch at any time. The moment closest to death is exactly the best time to counterattack. Fei, it's up to you, Lin Kong muttered to himself. His mind was fully tense. Regardless of whether Wu Fei could successfully counterattack next, Lin Kong would not let Wu Fei be killed by a punch. On the 8th field, facing Go Yanqing's full-powered punch, Wu Fei roared in his heart, wake up, don't faint, I must stay awake. I have to seize the opportunity, look for the flaws of this bastard, and then kill him. Today, I have to wash away all the humiliation I have suffered before. Wu Fei gritted his teeth, and deep in his pupils, there burned the flame of unwillingness to fail. Therefore, the strong desire for victory made him overcome the brain that wanted to faint. Awake. He was still awake. He could still circulate his spiritual energy. He could continue to fight. However, because Go Yanking was sitting astride Wu Fei. Go Yanking's raised fist was only 1 meter away from Wu Fei's head. At such a close distance, facing the fist that was about to fall, Wu Fei could not move his head quickly to avoid it. He would definitely bear this fatal blow. Even if I could stay awake, what would it matter? I am weak and can't change anything. I will be beaten to death, and this Go Yanking will still live arrogantly in this world. My dear Amin will eventually fall into his hands and be locked up and ravaged by him all day long. No, absolutely not. Squad leader Lin said that when our side is most desperate, it is the best time to counterattack the enemy. Now, Go Yanking has completely lost any sense of defense, so I have a chance. In the second before his fist fell, Wu Fei pushed his mind to the limit. Finally, his eyes lit up. Haha, I figured out a solution. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 82. Defeat the enemy with one move. Go Yanking smashed his fist down. Bang! Gravel flew and dust rose. Wu Fei's head did not explode as expected. At the moment when the fist smashed down, his head moved 10 centimeters to the left. These 10 centimeters were enough for his head to avoid this fatal punch. How did you do that? Go Yanking was surprised, but when he saw the gravel that exploded next to his head, he immediately understood it. It turned out to be the wrath of the earth. Wu Fei used his superpowers to extend a stone pillar next to his ear. It was this stone pillar that pushed his head to the left. You dodged the first punch, but what about the second punch? Go Yanking gathered his strength again, raised his fist, and was about to smash it at Wu Fei, because Go Yanking already had a sense of defense. This second punch, even if Wu Fei used Wrath of the Earth to push his head again, he would not be able to dodge it successfully. If this punch fell, even gods could not save him. But Wu Fei had already won. He didn't even need to dodge the second punch. Pa! Go Yanking wanted to throw a second punch, but found that his wrist was grabbed. He turned around and saw that a fat man had come to his side without knowing when. It was Lin Kong who grabbed his hand. Go Yanking wanted to break free, but Lin Kong's 5 fingers, like iron pliers, clamped him tightly. He couldn't break free at all. Lin Kong said 3 words expressionlessly. You lost. What do you mean I lost? Are you crazy? Go Yanking felt puzzled. It was clear that if he threw another punch, Wu Fei would definitely die. How could he lose? He knew that the fat man in front of him was a level 2 master, so he stopped arguing with Lin Kong. Is a level 2 master amazing? Humphrey. My dad is also great. So, Go Yanking turned around and asked Goof for help. Dad. Before he finished speaking, Goof shouted with a gloomy face. Yanking, you lost. Why does my dad also think I lost? It was obviously me who had the upper hand. At this time, the crowd was also in an uproar. Why did Go Yanking suddenly lose? That Wu Fei used a soil pillar to push his head away. This move was indeed very clever, but this cannot be used to determine that Go Yanking lost. Are you stupid? Don't you see things with your eyes? You didn't see such an obvious result. Wow. That's how it is. Wu Fei's move was quite shady. Go Yanking really lost. If Go Yanking didn't have a powerful father behind him, I guess Go Yanking would be dead now. Awesome. I didn't expect that Wu Fei, who usually swallows his anger, is so bold. While defending, he even thought about killing Go Yanking. That's great. Cheng Cheng not only didn't get killed, but also won. His girlfriend Li Minutes, who was standing next to him, burst into laughter. She cheered for Wu Fei excitedly. He really succeeded. Lin Kong also smiled with relief. Are you all crazy? Are you blind? It was this dead loser lying under my crotch. How could I lose? Go Yanking listened to the discussions around him, and he couldn't help cursing. Diane, look down at your belly. Referee Feng sighed and pointed at Go Yanking's belly to remind him. Why are you looking at my belly? Go Yanking looked down in confusion. And when he saw the situation under him, his face immediately turned into an expression of disbelief. How could it be? This. Why is it like this? For a moment, he stammered and didn't know what to say. A sharp cone, a stone spike about half a meter long, was extending from Wu Fei's waist and poking straight into Go Yanking's abdomen. If it hit, Go Yanking, who was not prepared, would be disemboweled and die on the spot. However, the top of the sharp spike stopped abruptly at a distance of 1 centimeter from the abdomen. This spike was created by Wu Fei using Earth's Wrath. Before, Wu Fei had been beaten and didn't use his superpowers much, so he had enough spiritual energy to let this spike pierce Go Yanking's stomach directly. But he didn't. He stopped the spike. Because of Goof, Wu Fei chose to let Go Yanking go. Could it be? You released too, Earth's Wrath. At the same time, Go Yanking looked at this deadly spike, and after a long time, he finally figured out what happened. The original text is available at Liu number 9 / A drop of cold sweat slid down his forehead. Yeah, Wu Fei replied weakly. Yes, he released 2, Earth's Wrath, in succession. The first one was to transform into a stone pillar and push his head away. The second one was to summon a spike and pierce Go Yanking's abdomen. 1 dodge and 1 attack. In an instant, the situation was reversed. Just as Lin Kong planned, stay calm, seize the opportunity, and defeat the enemy with 1 strike. Although there were slight deviations in this 3-step tactic, Wu Fei executed it very well overall. No, I don't accept it. I could have won. You dead bastard, you old pervert. Go Yanking roared angrily, with blood vessels popping out on his face. How could I lose like this? It was obviously me who had the absolute advantage. From the beginning to the end of this game, it was obviously me who had the upper hand. Wu Fei, this dead bastard, is not as good as me in terms of strength, speed, reaction ability, experience, etc. How could I lose to such a guy? This is simply a shame. I will beat you to death. Go Yanking was about to continue attacking Wu Fei, but Lin Kong pulled his body up and threw it at Goof's feet like throwing garbage. If you lose, you lose. Lin Kong did not look at Go Yanking. He stared at Goof with cold eyes. Seeing his son being thrown away, Goof was about to attack Lin Kong. But, suddenly, he thought of something. So, his clenched fists loosened, and Goof raised an intriguing smile at the corner of his mouth. Haha, that kid wins. Seeing this, Go Yanking hurriedly advised anxiously, don't admit defeat, Dad, I can still fight. But Goof slapped Go Yanking to the ground and scolded, you can't even hit such a weakling, you are such a useless waste. But if I lose, I won't be able to be promoted to level 2. Looking at Goof's fierce eyes, Go Yanking stopped talking halfway. He stood up, his face was gloomy as water, and his resentful eyes looked at Wu Fei on the ground. Let's go. Don't embarrass yourself here, Goof said, and left with his hands behind his back. Go Yanking followed reluctantly. If Wu Fei hadn't had a level 2 expert backing him up, Go Yanking would have killed Wu Fei on the spot. Afterwards, Goof and his son came to a remote place. Goof touched Go Yanking's head and said slowly, son, you have to learn to keep your composure. This competition was just a formality. The personnel have already been decided. So what if Wu Fei wins? The method of promotion is in the hands of me and your uncle Zi Wang. Go Yanking was comforted when he heard this, but he clenched his fists and said unwillingly, but I'm still very unhappy, I have to kill him. Goof smiled sinisterly and promised, don't worry, you will have a chance to kill that Wu Fei later. Moreover, not only will he die, but even the one named Lin Kong will not be able to escape from my palm. Chapter 83 Murderous intention emerges. Inside the number 8 venue, Wu Fei, with a bruised face and nose, walked to the center of the venue with the help of Li Minutes. Referee Feng looked at Wu Fei with complicated eyes, because the players in this competition were all pre-selected, and you are level 1 new human with no background and no strength, and then announced, Wu Fei won this competition. Wu Fei was relieved to hear this, and a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Thanks to the tactics of squad leader Lin. Otherwise I would never be able to defeat that bastard Go Yanking. Great, I won the game and can be promoted to level 2. No one will dare to bully her anymore. Infinitely beautiful days are waiting for me in the future. Thinking about it, Wu Fei suddenly rolled his eyes and fainted. What's wrong with you, Cheng Cheng? After finally winning, Li Minutes found that Wu Fei suddenly fell into her arms, which made her very anxious. Lin Kong reached out his hand to check and comforted him. It's not a big deal, it's just a few broken ribs, internal organs are shattered and bleeding, and the brain has a moderate concussion. Broken ribs, internal bleeding, moderate concussion? Hearing these terrible words, Li Minutes' face turned pale and she almost fainted with Wu Fei. Seeing this, Lin Kong hurried to explain, Fei is a new human. Although these injuries are very serious for ordinary people, for a new human, it won't take a few days for him to be alive and kicking. Lin Kong did not lie. After ordinary people evolved into new humans, their physical fitness was greatly improved. A level 1 new human would not be poisoned even if he drank a bottle of dichlorovos pesticide. A level 2 new human, like Lin Kong, would be able to grow a new arm even if it was broken. As for the new humans at level 3, it is said that a cut on the arm can heal into a scar in 2 or 3 minutes. Li Minutes actually knows this common sense, but the words internal bleeding and concussion sounded a bit scary, so she panicked for a while. After Lin Kong's explanation, Li Minutes was no longer so panicked. She decided to let Wu Fei go back to his residence to recuperate, but she, a weak woman, could not lift the heavy Wu Fei at all, so she had to ask Lin Kong for help. Squad leader Lin, can you help carry Cheng Cheng to my residence? Without waiting for Lin Kong to answer, Lin Kong had already taken Wu Fei and took the initiative to carry him on his back. Let me carry it, I'm very strong. This is not appropriate. Li Minutes was still quite afraid of Lin Kong at level 2. Don't worry. There's nothing inappropriate, Lin Kong said disapprovingly. For Lin Kong at level 2, the weight of Wu Fei is not worth mentioning at all. Lin Kong and the other 4 soon arrived at Li Minutes' residence. This is a dormitory building where many survivors live. Since there are so many people in the gathering place, there are usually 7 or 8 people living in one room. But Wu Fei is a level 1 new human after all, so his room only has him and Li Minutes. After settling Wu Fei, Lin Kong decided to find Ziwang, so he said to Li Minutes, I still have some things to deal with, so I have to leave. Okay, I'll take care of Cheng Cheng, Li Minutes replied while holding Wu Fei's hand. Lin Kong and the other person went out and came to the expert's office. This time, the secretary didn't stop them, but took the initiative to say, Expert Z and Expert Go are already waiting for you in the office. Oh, that's good. It seems that Ziwang is a trustworthy person. When Lin Kong heard that Ziwang was waiting for him, the stone in his heart fell to the ground. As long as I get the method of condensing beads, my Triceratops can quickly rise to the peak of level 2, and then my strength will surely advance by leaps and bounds again. Thinking of this, Lin Kong pushed open the door of the expert's office. There were more than a dozen people standing inside. Judging from his appearance, he must be the level 1 new human who won the promotion competition just now. Sitting at the top position was still Ziwang. Standing next to Ziwang was Goof, the father of Go Yanking. Seeing Lin Kong coming in, Ziwang walked over with a kind smile. Brother Lin Kong, I've been waiting for you alone. Oh, that's really hard for you. By the way, can you tell me the method of condensing beads now? Lin Kong asked directly. Of course you can, Ziwang answered sincerely. Okay, then you can tell me. Alas, there are too many people here, you can't tell me here. Then where do you want to tell me? Hearing Ziwang's refusal, Lin Kong frowned. Deep in his heart, a trace of ominous premonition was slowly rising. Of course it's in the basement of this building. There is a special room there that can promote people to level 2. Basement? Read the original text at LU number 9/. When Lin Kong heard these 3 words, he felt more and more that something was wrong. Ziwang turned around and called Goof. Come on, Goof, take brother Lin Kong and the 9 winners to the basement and start the promotion. Oh, okay. Goof nodded and agreed. His eyes, however, secretly glanced at Lin Kong. Then, Ziwang smiled at Lin Kong and said, Goof also knows the method of condensing beads. You can go down with these level 1 new humans. Not only can you know the method, but you can also visit the promotion process. By the way, didn't you tell me directly? I still have a lot of things to do, so I won't go down. As he said, Ziwang unscrewed the thermos cup and drank a sip of boiled water. Lin Kong stared at Zi Wang for a moment, and finally agreed. Then, okay, then, Goof took Lin Kong, Lan Qingfeng, and the 9 new humans to the laboratory in the elevator. There was a diesel engine in the gathering place, so the power supply was still maintained, and the elevator was also able to operate. However, in order to save power, only one elevator was allowed to work. After everyone entered the elevator one by one, suddenly, ding ding ding, the elevator issued an alarm sound. It's overloaded. Soon someone found out the reason. Everyone looked at each other, and no one wanted to go out. Finally, everyone focused their attention on Lan Qingfeng, the fat guy. However, Lan Qingfeng was a level 2 master, and everyone dared not say a word. Seeing this, Zi Wang embarrassedly advised Lan Qingfeng, otherwise, please wait for the next trip. Lan Qingfeng ignored Zi Wang and looked at Lin Kong. Lin Kong touched his chin, hesitated for a while, and said with a smile, "It's all your fault that you usually eat too much, causing this elevator to be overloaded. Why don't you get out quickly and wait for the next trip?" "Yes, big brother." After receiving Lin Kong's instructions, Lan Qingfeng obediently walked out of the elevator. As soon as Lan Qingfeng, the fat guy, left, the elevator alarm sounded immediately. Click. The elevator door slowly closed, and Zi Wang also slowly tightened the lid of the thermos cup. He looked at Lan Qingfeng, and the kind smile on his face gradually disappeared. Chapter 84, Murder in the Basement. Ding. The elevator reached the basement floor -3, and everyone, led by Goof, walked out of the elevator. "Can you wait a moment? My little brother hasn't come down yet." Lin Kong led the suit-wearing dragon, and on his back was an Ultraman school bag. "I think you should not wait," Goof said to Lin Kong with a weird smile on his face. "Why? Do you have any conspiracy?" Lin Kong frowned, and his left hand secretly placed on the body of the Triceratops. If there was any emergency, he would immediately activate dinosaur possession. Although Goof was a level 2 new human master, Lin Kong was not afraid of him at all, because Lan Qingfeng was beaten up by him, so why would he be afraid of Goof, who was just at the beginning of level 2? If Goof was a level 2 peak new human, perhaps Lin Kong would be a little scared. As for the other 9 level 1 new humans, they were not worth worrying about. Although there were some fully armed guards standing on both sides of the corridor, Lin Kong was not panicked because of the presence of the agile Tyrannosaurus Rex and the ability of the Forbidden Fire Eye to block bullets. In short, these people would not pose a fatal threat to his life at all. If a fight breaks out, these people will definitely regret provoking me. Oh, it just so happens that the tricks I thought of haven't been used yet. I can try them out on these people. Conspiracy? When Goof heard the word conspiracy, his face became even weirder. At the same time, his tone became sarcastic. "Haha, to deal with a mere ordinary person like you, Goof, a dignified level 2 master, what conspiracy do I need? This is really a big joke. After all, I am also a man in my 40s. And I still have to have at least some dignity." Hearing Goof's arrogant words, Lin Kong raised a dangerous arc at the corner of his mouth. "You mean, you want to deal with me? I am too lazy to talk to you. If you want to fight, then come on, but you have to be careful. Not only will I kill you, I will not even let your son go." Since Goof showed his cards, Lin Kong naturally understood the overweight of the elevator just now. Obviously, Goof did it on purpose, and he must have counted the number of people in advance. Then, when Lan Qingfeng came in, the overweight alarm of the elevator was triggered. Because Lan Qingfeng is fat, he must have been allowed to leave. In this way, Lin Kong and Lan Qingfeng were separated. Without the protection of a level 2 expert, Lin Kong, an ordinary person without superpowers, was like a fish on a chopping board, to be cut by anyone. However, even if Goof had 100 brains, he would never have thought that Lin Kong, an ordinary person without spiritual energy, was the most terrifying person. Lin Kong is not a good person. If someone doesn't offend me, I won't offend him. If someone offends me, I will kill his whole family. Since Goof wants to start a war, Lin Kong will not show mercy. Moreover, once Goof dies, according to Go Yanking's hot temper, once he learns that Lin Kong killed Goof, Go Yanking will definitely seek revenge on Lin Kong. Therefore, after Lin Kong killed Goof, he went out and dealt with Go Yanking, who was suffering from rage disorder. Goof burst into laughter after hearing Lin Kong's words. Ha ha ha, are you trying to make me laugh to death? From what you said, do you mean you can kill me? Ha ha, with your useless body without spiritual energy? To be honest, I can kill you with one hand. Killing you is as easy as eating and drinking water. Lin Kong shook his head and said impatiently, Hey, chatterbox, are you going to fight or not? My kitchen knife is thirsty. Lin Kong took out a kitchen knife. He also had 2 machetes hidden at his waist. However, he didn't need to use the machete to deal with someone like Goof. Goof looked at Lin Kong taking out a kitchen knife, his eyes showing a look of disdain. Fight? Of course I will. But if I fight with someone like you who holds a kitchen knife, it would be a loss of face. You are not worthy of fighting with me. Fight with my son first. Lin Kong sneered. Okay, where is your son? Tell him to come and die. The original text is available at 6:9. Goof chuckled sinisterly. Boy, you can only satisfy your desire for words now. You will be scared to kneel down and beg for mercy later. Then, he turned to the new humans who won the competition and said, Let's go to the room at the end of the corridor and start the promotion from level 1 to level 2. After that, Goof left. The other 9 new humans all looked back at Lin Kong with sympathy. They all thought that Lin Kong was dead. As for why Goof wanted to deal with Lin Kong, they didn't know, and they didn't dare to ask. After everyone left, Lin Kong looked at the elevator behind him. From the display above the door, he could tell that the elevator had been parked on the 5th floor. That was the floor of the expert's office. In other words, Lin Kong really didn't come down. If he had come down, the elevator should have moved. What happened up there? Why didn't Lin Kong come down? Did he want to betray me? Could it be that Lin Kong secretly joined forces with Zi Wang, Goof and others to kill me? So, should I crush his spiritual energy bead? Lin Kong reached out and touched the spiritual energy bead in his arms, hesitating. What if Lin Kong didn't betray me? Then wouldn't I have killed the loyal minister by mistake? Don't act impulsively. Take the elevator up and see what's going on, Lin Kong said, and then he pressed the elevator button. But he pressed it several times, but the elevator didn't move, and there was no intention of coming down at all. It seems that the elevator should have been tampered with. At this time, a familiar voice came from behind. Yo, do you want to take the elevator to escape? Lin Kong turned around and saw that it was Go Yanking. Not only was Go Yanking there, but behind him, there was also an old acquaintance, none other than Jin Baoang's younger brother, Jin Baoang. So many people are here to die, Lin Kong said indifferently. Originally, he wanted to let Jin Baoang go, but he didn't expect that Jin Baoang would take the initiative to find him. There was no other way. Lin Kong could only send him to the west. Haha, you are quite arrogant. Go Yanking had a smile on his face, and if you look closely, you can find that there is a hint of bloodthirsty ferocity in his eyes. Now that Goof is not around, he finally went on a killing spree. Even if he cut Lin Kong into pieces, no one would stop him. Don't waste time, red-haired monster. Come up and die. Lin Kong stretched out a kitchen knife and pointed it straight at Go Yanking. Go Yanking, however, looked confident and saw through everything. The reason why you are so arrogant, I guess. The monster in the suit next to your feet is probably a mutant wild boar. Chapter 85, Conquering the Enemy Without Fighting. The second floor below the basement. Go Yanking spoke to Lin Kong with his nose, as if he didn't take Lin Kong seriously at all. Do you think a mere mutant wild boar can defeat the two of us? I, Go Yanking, have the superpower, fire-breathing feet, rated S. No matter how powerful your mutant wild boar is, it is just a reptile that can't fly in front of me. Besides, with the addition of Duracell, we have 2 new humans, and you only have a wild boar. You must have lost your mind. So you think we are here to die? Go Yanking wanted to continue talking, but Lin Kong suddenly yelled, Stop! Why are you the same as your father? Both of you like to talk so much. He is not good at fighting, but he is a lot of nonsense. Lin Kong was too lazy to waste time with them, so he planned to strike first. Swish! He tore open the suit on the back of the Triceratops. The Triceratops' true appearance was revealed, a semicircular solid head shield, 3 sharp long horns, a broad and powerful back, and thick and steady limbs. Woo! When the suit on his body was opened, the Triceratops raised his head and let out a comfortable roar. Its roar was low and heavy. Fuck, this. What the hell is this? Goyanking widened his eyes, pointed at the Triceratops, hesitated for a long time, and didn't recognize it. Guliu Jinbawang, who was standing next to him, looked at the 3 deadly long horns of the Triceratops and swallowed hard. Then, he quietly reminded Goyanking, "Dinosaur. This is a dinosaur. It seems to be called Triceratops. I have seen this creature on the Science and Education channel. Once it sprints, the 3 horns on its head can even disembowel a rhinoceros. It is very scary. However, it has long been extinct on Earth. Why does this kid have such a dinosaur?" When Goyanking heard about Triceratops, he slapped his forehead and suddenly realized, "Oh, right. It is called Triceratops. I almost forgot." However, this Triceratops is a herbivore and not very aggressive. It is not a ferocious Tyrannosaurus rex. We don't need to be afraid. Besides, the corridor is small and the Triceratops can't sprint at high speed. Humphrey, it is a foolish dream to think that this kind of garbage can threaten us. Seeing that Goyanking looked down on the Triceratops, Lin Kong smiled slightly and was about to command the Triceratops to launch a sprint attack on it. "It's time to teach them a lesson." Wait, Goyanking shouted hurriedly when he found out that Lin Kong wanted to attack. "Humphrey, you told me to wait, so I will wait." Lin Kong would not listen to Goyanking. With a wave of his arm, Triceratops stomped heavily on the ground with its 4 limbs, and its body more than 1 meter tall immediately rushed out. Facing this sprint, flames burst out from Goyanking's feet, and a reverse driving force made his body overcome gravity and fly into the air. Goyanking can fly, but Golden Overlord can't. Lin Kong decided to deal with Golden Overlord first, but at this moment, tap, a burst of hurried and chaotic footsteps came from a nearby corner. A group of guards wearing helmets and holding AK-47s came from the corner. Among them, there were a few familiar figures. Lin Kong took a closer look, and his pupils shrank instantly, and at the same time stopped Triceratops's order to attack. It was Wu Fei, Li Minutes, and Sun Aixin and his wife, a total of 4 people. Goyanking was very happy to see Lin Kong's angry expression. He said complacently, "Do you know what conquering the enemy without fighting means? It's 2029 now. We are no longer in the barbaric era. We must be civilized and set new trends." "Humphrey, you will regret it." Lin Kong gritted his teeth and said angrily. He dared to use such a sinister trick. Lin Kong couldn't help but clench his fists. So he summoned the Triceratops back and planned to use the dinosaur possession skill to kill people directly. At the corner, Li Minutes, who was surrounded by guards, looked anxious and worried. "What do you want to do?" "Our Cheng Cheng has a powerful friend. He is a level 2 master. You'd better not mess around, otherwise the level 2 master will not let you go." The original text is on Liu number 9/. Li Minutes was originally taking care of Lin Kong in the dormitory, but suddenly a group of strangers with guns broke in. Li Minutes was an ordinary person. She couldn't resist at all, and Wu Fei was in a coma. There was no choice. The 2 of them had to be threatened by the guards and went to the basement. During this time, they also met Sun Aixin and his wife. Sun Aixin, like Li Minutes, was also caught suddenly. "Hey, Lin Kong?" Suddenly, Sun Aixin noticed Lin Kong at the elevator. As if she had seen a savior, she hurriedly greeted Lin Kong. Li Minutes also showed a happy look. "Great, squad leader Lin is here, and I guess his level 2 master will be here too." However, to her disappointment, Li Minutes looked left and right, but she didn't see the figure of the level 2 fat master, and couldn't help asking, "Squad leader Lin, where is the master?" Lin Kong pointed up and replied, "He's upstairs and hasn't come down yet." Li Minutes looked at Lin Kong's ugly face, and then looked at Jinbawang and Goyanking next to him. Both of them had malicious expressions, and she immediately understood. This must be a planned revenge. She was panicking, her mouth trembling. "Lin, squad leader Lin, then what should we do?" "Squad leader Lin has always been very smart. Maybe he can think of a way to get out of trouble," Sun Aixin, in a humble tone, advised Lin Kong. Lin Kong. Otherwise, you can apologize to them, shake hands. They are generous and will definitely not bother with us. Previously, Lin Kong made Jinba Wang and his gang kneel down and call him daddy, plus the revenge for killing her brother. Sun Yat-sen certainly knew that Jinba Wang was not going to let Lin Kong go. However, she still hoped to beg for a glimmer of hope. Lin Kong was silent. He did not reply immediately. His brain worked rapidly, and he began to think about ways to break the deadlock. Although, I can use the skill of dinosaur possession to make my whole body's defense reach the level of resisting bullets, but Li Minutes, Wu Fei and the other four cannot resist bullets. Once the fight starts, if they are affected by the war, their lives will be in danger. Although Lin Kong has the strength to surpass Go Yanking and Jinba Wang, he cannot go all out. It must be said that Go Yanking made a very good move. However, Lin Kong is not without a way to deal with it. In just a few dozen seconds, Lin Kong has come up with a suitable strategy. Pointing at Li Minutes, Sun Yat-sen and others, Lin Kong laughed at Go Yanking and said, "Don't use your pig brain to think about it. How could I care about their life or death? Even if you kill them all, I won't frown." Chapter 86 The Sound of Bullets. The second floor below the basement, at the elevator door, Lin Kong pretended not to care about Li Minutes, Sun Yat-sen and others, but Go Yanking crossed his arms and smiled disdainfully. "Your little tricks have long been seen through by my sharp eyes." In the competition, Wu Fei, the dead waste, had a mess of brains and could not think of any tactics at all. "The reason why he was able to beat me was all due to your command. You took so much effort to guide him, and you still said that you didn't care about their lives. Haha, it's ridiculous. Do you think I'm a 3-year-old child? Moreover, you didn't hesitate to buy this Sun Yat-sen couple at a sky-high price of more than 200 yuan, which shows that their status in your heart is not low." Go Yanking touched his big back hair and pointed his finger at Lin Kong's face. "Boy, I have seen through you. So, you'd better die obediently." But unexpectedly, Lin Kong's eyes showed an obedient look, nodded and said, "Okay, my neck is here, come here, I won't resist." Go Yanking was stunned. How come this guy suddenly became so obedient, stretching out his neck for me to chop? Suddenly, Go Yanking found that an Ultraman backpack was crawling on the ground. He was surprised for a moment, then realized that there must be something inside. Before he could say anything, the backpack hissed and a hole appeared, and a fiery red figure rushed out. "What is this?" Go Yanking turned his head and asked Lin Kong, but found that the Triceratops suddenly twisted its body and gradually turned into a ball of liquid. The liquid spread rapidly from Lin Kong's hand. Dinosaur possession, activate. In less than half a second, the dark green liquid completely wrapped Lin Kong's entire body. Swish, swish. 2 long horns emerged on Lin Kong's forehead, and a shorter sharp horn emerged from above Lin Kong's nose. Then, a semicircular head shield appeared at the neck of Lin Kong. "Damn, the armor hero has transformed." Go Yanking looked at Lin Kong's majestic and weird appearance, and he couldn't help but take a few steps back. For some reason, a primitive fear rose from the depths of his heart. At the same time, the lightning-fast Tyrannosaurus Rex also jumped onto the shoulder of a guard. Number of enemies, 6 ordinary guards with guns, level 1 new human Go Yanking, and level 1 new human Jinba Wang. So, Lin Kong's strategy is to cut the crap and just do it. The Tyrannosaurus Rex dealt with the ordinary guards, and Lin Kong activated dinosaur possession to deal with Go Yanking and Jinba Wang. Puff. In the first step, the Tyrannosaurus Rex bit off the spine of one of the guards. The guard screamed and fell to the ground, and his limbs were unable to move because of the broken spinal nerves. Number of enemies, -1. Swish. After the Tyrannosaurus Rex bit a guard, it jumped to another guard. While in the air, it fired 2 rounds of forbidden fire. My hands can't move. These 2 flames with a restraining effect hit the wrists of the 2 guards, making them unable to shoot and threatening Li Minutes and others. Puff. At the same time, the Tyrannosaurus Rex bit off the cervical vertebrae of another guard. Number of enemies, -1. There were a total of 6 guards, and now only 2 could shoot. These 2 were also veterans with fast reaction speed. Seeing that the situation was not good, They raised their AK-47s and wanted to shoot Lee Minutes, Sun Yat-sen and the other four. But, puff, puff, with two dull sounds, the two veterans fell down. A machete was stuck in their foreheads. Number of guards, -2. This machete was made by Lin Kong. After being possessed by the Triceratops, Lin Kong not only greatly enhanced his strength and speed, but also greatly improved his reaction ability and muscle control. Therefore, he was able to accurately kill the two veterans with the machete. Ah, run! The two guards whose wrists were restrained immediately threw away their guns and ran away when they saw this dangerous situation. However, how could their speed be faster than that of the Tyrannosaurus rex? The original text is available at 6:9. Puff. The Tyrannosaurus rex jumped twice and used its indestructible teeth to bite off the cervical vertebrae of the remaining two people. Ah, Master Go, save me. Although their cervical vertebrae were broken, their heads could still move, so they shouted for help from Go Yanking. Damn it, you didn't even say hello and just started fighting, you rubbish. Go Yanking's face was full of anger, and the flames under his feet couldn't help but become more fierce. In comparison, Jin Bawang seemed to be ruthless and didn't say much. He only said 3 words, "Go to hell." As he said that, he took out a submachine gun, pulled the bolt, pulled the trigger, and shot Lee Minutes. Da-da-da-da-da-da. The muzzle of the gun sprayed flames, and deadly bullets poured out. Not good. Lin Kong was too far away from Jin Bawang. Even if he rushed over, he could not stop Jin Bawang's shooting. However, he could block in front of Lee Minutes, Sun Yat-sen and others. The moment Jin Bawang took out his gun, Lin Kong rushed to the corner, and then immediately picked up a guard on the ground, using him as a shield to block in front of him. Puff 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 puff. Most of the bullets were shot at the guard, and only 7 or 8 bullets hit Lin Kong. However, after being buffered by the liquid dragon armor, the power of these bullets was greatly reduced, and Lin Kong did not suffer any damage. Originally, the guard with a broken cervical vertebra was not dead, and he might be able to survive after rescue, but now, he was completely beaten into a sieve by Jin Bawang, and he couldn't be deader. Kaka. After shooting a magazine, Jin Bawang began to change the magazine. Lin Kong immediately seized this opportunity and shouted to Lee Minutes, Sun Yat-sen and others, "Hide behind the wall." Sun Yat-sen closed her eyes and thought she was dead. When she heard the shout, she opened her eyes immediately. She found that she was safe and sound. It turned out that Lin Kong helped them block the fatal bullet. Sun Yat-sen, grateful, climbed behind the wall with her hands and feet. Lee Minutes, who was originally desperate, found that there was still a glimmer of hope, so she immediately carried Wu Fei and hid behind the wall. However, she also found that Lin Kong was motionless, and urged anxiously, "Squad leader Lin, you come here quickly too." However, when she saw the bullet holes on Lin Kong's body, she suddenly understood why Lin Kong didn't run away. "No way, Squad leader Lin was shot several times in order to save us. Is he going to die?" Just when Lee Minutes' tears were about to burst out of her eyes, unexpectedly, ding 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 ding, Lin Kong shook his body vigorously, and bullets were squeezed out from the liquid dragon armor and fell on the floor, making a crisp and pleasant metal collision sound. Chapter 87. A Dilemma. The second floor below the basement. "Oh my God, you are not hurt at all, are you, you really an ordinary person?" Lee Minutes covered her mouth and exclaimed. She looked at the orange-yellow bullet on the ground, and then looked at Lin Kong, who was unscathed and wearing liquid dragon armor. She had an expression of disbelief. He was shot into the body, but he could squeeze the bullet out easily. This terrible ability, coupled with Lin Kong's weird appearance at the moment, Lee Minutes no longer believed that Lin Kong was just an ordinary person. "Now Kong, you." Sun Yat-sen was also so shocked that she couldn't speak, and her face was full of joy. "Oh my God, my son-in-law is so powerful. He pretends to be an ordinary person on the surface, but he is actually a Superman. It's so lucky that my daughter actually found such a good man." At the same time, she felt fortunate in her heart. Fortunately, she was still very polite to Lin Kong before, and didn't call him poor boy again. While Lee Minutes, Sun Yat-sen and others were delighted, Jin Bawang was quite depressed. "Damn, This guy actually used his body to block bullets. However, he can only block it for a while, not forever. Watch me shoot him to death. Jin Bawang stood far away, so he did not notice Lin Kong's action of squeezing out the bullet. He thought then Lin Kong escaped the disaster by following the cover of the guard's body. So, he pulled the trigger again and shot at Lin Kong crazily. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The muzzle held the flame, and the yellow shells fell like rain, tinkling on the ground. Facing the dense bullets, even if the liquid dragon armor can greatly reduce the power of the bullets, it is still a little painful to hit the body. So, he can't take it head on. He lifted up the body of the guard who was shot into a sieve behind him and threw it to Jin Bawang with all his strength. After Lin Kong was strengthened by dinosaur possession, throwing a body was still easy. The corpse was still flying in the air, and Lin Kong had already started to rush towards Jin Bawang. The Tyrannosaurus Rex, with flames burning in his eyes, followed behind him and rushed forward together. Fuck, how can this kid be so strong? Jin Bawang put away his submachine gun and took out the broad-backed sword from his back. A trace of spiritual power surged from his danchin, passed through his arms, and through his palms, and was injected into it. Vajra blade, activate. Under the urging of spiritual energy, the broad-backed sword became golden and shining, like a peerless artifact. Swish! Jin Bawang chopped down the flying corpse with a knife. A yellow light flashed. The corpse was immediately split into two pieces. Hoo-la-la! A large amount of blood spurted out from the broken end of the corpse. Jin Bawang stood still and let the blood spill on himself. In an instant, his whole body was covered with bright red blood. At this moment, he was the bloody devil. However, swish! A kitchen knife flew over and hit Jin Bawang's head. Jin Bawang just uttered a word, his eyes rolled up, and he fell straight down. Ding-dang! The broad-backed broadsword fell to the ground. He was only halfway through pretending to be cool, and he suddenly disappeared. Jin Bawang wanted to cry but had no tears. Jin Bawang. Seeing Jin Bawang being killed in seconds, Go Yanking shouted, but he did not go forward to check on Jin Bawang. Instead, he stepped on the flames and took a few steps back. He looked at Lin Kong, and the disdain in his eyes disappeared, replaced by a deep shock. This person actually used a kitchen knife to kill a level 1 new human in seconds. It's too scary. The speed of the kitchen knife is really too fast. If it were me, I wouldn't be able to react. How can an ordinary person like him have so much strength? How can he have such a precise technique? Could he be a new human? No, his pupils did not glow. He was definitely not a new human. Therefore, all this was because of his Triceratops. Go Yanking thought, because the Triceratops turned into liquid. It was really strange, so he naturally attributed the reason why Lin Kong became stronger to the Triceratops. The original text is available at LU number 9/puff. Lin Kong pulled out the machete stuck in the guard's forehead. At this moment, Go Yanking was the only enemy left. Lin Kong wiped the blood off the machete leisurely, then put it back into his waist and kept it for later use. Then, he slowly walked to the side of Jin Bawang, looked at Jin Bawang's eyes that were not closed, shook his head and said, "I wanted to give you a way out. Alas, but you insisted on seeking death." Puff. Lin Kong pulled out the kitchen knife stuck in Jin Bawang's forehead. "My strength has increased, and this big knife is just right for use." Lin Kong bent down and picked up the broad-backed big knife that fell on the ground. Without the blessing of the Vajra blade, the broad-backed broadsword had turned back to its original white color. Then, Lin Kong looked at Go Yanking, whose feet were on fire. He held the kitchen knife in his left hand and the broad-backed broadsword in his right hand. Lin Kong twisted his neck and asked, "Go Yanking, are you ready to face death?" "Humphrey, you, don't be so proud." Go Yanking slowly stepped back a few steps again, and his face became quite panicked. Because all the guards were dead, Go Yanking no longer had a bargaining chip to threaten Lin Kong, so now, he can only rely on himself. 1-to-1. However, Go Yanking, like Jin Bawang, is only a new human of level 1. Jin Bawang was killed instantly, so Go Yanking was very worried that he would be killed instantly. His eyes were tightly locked on Lin Kong's hands, and once Lin Kong threw the kitchen knife, he would immediately dodge. To be honest, Go Yanking wanted to run away. But he couldn't. He had to concentrate his mental power, face Lin Kong directly, and see clearly the action of Lin Kong throwing the knife. Only then would he have a chance to survive. Once he turned around and ran away, his defenseless back would be exposed to Lin Kong's vision, and he would surely die. Go Yanking knew this very well. Previously, Wu Fei defeated him by defeating the strong with the weak. Now, it was his turn to defeat Lin Kong by defeating the strong with the weak. This was too dramatic. This ordinary person who had originally disdained him turned out to be a strong man who frightened him. Fortunately, Go Yanking had already thought of a way to defeat Lin Kong. So, he pretended to be scared on the surface. You, don't come over. Lin Kong approached Go Yanking step by step, and he was not in a hurry to throw the kitchen knife, because he found that Go Yanking's eyes were always staring at his hands, which meant that he was already prepared. If he threw at this moment, the chance of success would not be high. So, he slowly approached. As he approached, Lin Kong was struggling. You tell me. Should I kill you with the big knife in my right hand, or should I kill you with the kitchen knife in my left hand? Chapter 88. A powerful kick. I choose. Go Yanking tried his best to pretend to be afraid of Lin Kong. The flames under his feet even grew and shrank. His body floating in the air also swayed. However, he was always alert in his heart, waiting for an opportunity. What do you choose? Tell me. Lin Kong was still calm and composed. He looked past the terrified Go Yanking and looked at the safe staircase behind him. He guessed that Go Yanking might escape from the passage later. Lin Kong decided that as long as Go Yanking dared to turn around and escape, he would let the Tyrannosaurus Rex hold Go Yanking's feet, and then shoot a kitchen knife at him, killing Go Yanking instantly. If Go Yanking did not escape, Lin Kong would approach and use a big knife to split Go Yanking in half. In any case, Go Yanking was dead. I choose to beat you to death. Go Yanking saw Lin Kong's arrogant look, and his face changed from fear to fierceness. To Lin Kong's surprise, Go Yanking did not choose to run away, but instead took the initiative to increase the firepower of his feet. There was only a whoosh sound. The corridor was ablaze with flames. Go Yanking's body, followed by the huge driving force of his feet, shot towards Lin Kong like a cannonball. Lin Kong yawned and did not take him seriously at all. With the abnormal defense of the Triceratops, the terrifying speed of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the deadly teeth, Lin Kong did not know how he could lose. Facing the flying Go Yanking, the Tyrannosaurus Rex immediately rushed out, and the flames in his eyes, driven by the spiritual energy, aimed at Go Yanking's legs. Forbidden Fire Eye. Activate. Swish. A flame the size of a ping-pong ball shot at Go Yanking's left ankle. The left foot was then firmly imprisoned in the air. No matter how much fire the sole of the foot sprayed, the left foot could not move half a centimeter. However, his right foot was still moving forward. The left foot suddenly stopped, while the right foot was still flying. The consequence was, bang! Go Yanking's body slammed into the wall on the left. The tiles on the wall shattered all over the floor. Because he rushed too fast, he hit the wall with great force, and a shallow human-shaped dent was created on the wall. The flames on his feet also disappeared because of the disorder of the spiritual energy in his body. Go Yanking's body fell from the wall. He touched his head that was hit hard, and a burst of anger suddenly burned from his heart. Rage attack. You, a useless ordinary person, dared to hurt me? I must kill you. The blood vessels on Go Yanking's face bulged, and his eyeballs were quickly filled with angry bloodshot. Originally, he was very afraid of Lin Kong's strength, but when his rage attack occurred, the fear in his body disappeared instantly. There was only one thought left in his mind, which was to beat Lin Kong to death with one punch after another. Whoosh! Like a rocket, raging flames burst out from Go Yanking's feet. Fire-breathing feet, full power. Go to hell! Go Yanking shouted, clenched his fists, and rushed towards Lin Kong. Although fire-breathing feet is very powerful, it has a common weakness with other flying superpowers, that is, it is difficult to turn. Lin Kong said slowly, and his body jumped back lightly. Go Yanking's speed was extremely fast, so it was naturally difficult for him to turn. Lin Kong's jump easily avoided Go Yanking, who was rushing towards him. Bang! Go Yanking's head came into close contact with the solid wall. With a click sound, Go Yanking's neck was knocked crooked. He got up quickly from the ground after his head was broken and bleeding. Even though his neck was crooked, the fighting spirit in his eyes was not diminished at all. Furious, Go Yanking, like a mad dog, activated flame-breathing foot, again, clenched his fists, and attacked Lin Kong. This time, he ran towards Lin Kong with his feet to prevent the embarrassing incident of hitting the wall again. The moment you get angry, you are doomed to lose. Lin Kong shook his head. He slowly opened the 5 fingers of his left hand and aimed at Go Yanking. In terms of fighting skills, Lin Kong, a champion of the 100-meter race in the sports meeting, is definitely not as good as Go Yanking, who has been fighting on the streets since childhood. If he fights Go Yanking in close combat, Lin Kong will not be able to beat Go Yanking. However, Lin Kong's head shield can be moved at will, and the long horns on his face can also attack unexpectedly. Therefore, the result of this close combat should be that Lin Kong completely crushes Go Yanking. Read the original text at LU number 9/. Seeing Lin Kong open his palm to him, Go Yanking punched Lin Kong's palm with force. However, halfway through the punch, a semicircular head shield suddenly appeared on Lin Kong's palm. No matter how hard Go Yanking's fist was, it was not as hard as the head shield of the Triceratops. It hurts. It hurts. Go Yanking quickly retracted his fist as if he had been electrocuted. After taking a few breaths, Go Yanking continued to attack angrily. The first move after getting close was still a straight punch without any fancy moves. Of course, this time, it was the fist of the other hand. Come again, aren't you afraid of pain? Facing the same straight punch, Lin Kong used the same head shield to resist again, but he changed his moves. Go Yanking changed his moves halfway through and retracted his straight punch. Then, he turned around and whipped Lin Kong's waist with his right leg like a whip. There was a flaw where Lin Kong had no defense, and fire-breathing foot was activated. Whoosh! The flames of the right foot suddenly surged. The right leg, which was halfway kicked, increased its speed under the impetus of the flames. Swish! Even the kick made a whistling sound that cut through the air. It was fast, powerful, and at a tricky angle, and Lin Kong was not prepared. Humphrey. Even if Lin Kong was a new human at the peak of level 1, he would definitely fly backwards under my powerful kick. At that time, I will take the opportunity to escape from the safety stairs. The outside is full of my father's men. As long as I run out, I can survive. Not only can I survive, but I can also kill Lin Kong. Then, I will kill Lin Kong's father-in-law and mother-in-law, as well as that dead waste Wu Feiyak. As for the curvy Li Minutes, she will become my slave. Ha 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 ha. Go Yanking thought excitedly. Lin Kong relied on the skill of dinosaur possession to greatly improve his reaction speed and found the leg kicked by Go Yanking. Originally, he could make the head shield instantly move to the waist to block this leg. However, the leg was suddenly accelerated by the fire-breathing foot midway. As a result, Lin Kong was kicked in the waist. Buzz after being kicked. The liquid dragon armor on Lin Kong's body was like a small stone thrown into a calm lake, and immediately caused a wave of ripples that spread out on its surface. Soon, the ripples dissipated. The liquid dragon armor returned to calm again. Lin Kong, who was kicked by this powerful kick, did not move at all. He frowned and said to Go Yanking, "Did you not eat lunch today? How come I didn't feel anything when you kicked me? Can you please eat your fill before fighting with me?" If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 89. Lin Kong's head was blown up. Gee. Nothing happened at all? Go Yanking stared at Lin Kong's waist in amazement. After being kicked with all his strength, this guy didn't even move, let alone fly backwards. Moreover, this kick on his waist seemed to kick a ball of cotton. All the force dissipated, and even my instep couldn't feel the rebound force. This cotton-level defense ability is more difficult to deal with than the defense of hard stone. Escape. There is no way to fight this. Go Yanking retracted his feet and wanted to escape. He couldn't escape inside to find his father Goof, because Goof had already taken those level 1 new humans to other places. This basement was just a trap, just to separate Lin Kong and Lin Kong, and the elevator had been locked by his father Goof. Therefore, escaping from the safety stairs and then asking for help from his father's men was Go Yanking's only hope of survival. Go Yanking's feet were spurting fire, and he flew backwards to the stairs. He faced Lin Kong, so that he could see Lin Kong's movements clearly to prevent being attacked. "Damn dragon, bite me." Lin Kong waved his hand, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex turned into a gust of wind and rushed towards Go Yanking. So fast, Go Yanking's retreat speed was far slower than that of the agile Tyrannosaurus Rex. Because he had seen the Tyrannosaurus Rex bite the guards one by one before, Go Yanking knew the power of the Tyrannosaurus Rex's teeth and did not dare to be careless. In order to prevent the Tyrannosaurus Rex from jumping on him and biting him, he could only fly to a high place. But in this case, the Tyrannosaurus Rex would be the first to block the entrance of the safety stairs. The blazing flames were burning in the small eyes of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the forbidden fire eye was ready to fire at any time. With the Tyrannosaurus Rex in front and Lin Kong behind, Go Yanking could no longer escape. Moreover, the flames under his feet consumed spiritual energy, and he could not fly in the air forever. What should I do? What should I do? I don't even have a gun in my hand, and I can't beat this freaking cotton Lin Kong in close combat. Drops of cold sweat kept coming out from my forehead. There were also fine beads of sweat on the palms of his hands, which kept coming out. The fear of death was like a big fishing net covering Go Yanking. He felt that his heart was about to stop and his breathing was about to suffocate. Seeing Go Yanking's panic, Lin Kong hugged his arms and said coldly, "Now, don't ask for mercy, because I will never accept it. If you just want to kill me, I might still spare your life, but you actually want to kill my father-in-law, mother-in-law and good brothers. Sorry, you must die today. Even if your father comes, it will be useless." Hearing Lin Kong mention father, Go Yanking remembered that he could use his father's identity to threaten. "I warn you, my father is an expert of the Salvation Chamber of Commerce. If you dare to touch me." However, Go Yanking hadn't finished speaking. A cold light flew towards him. It was Lin Kong's machete. Fortunately, Go Yanking was always on guard and dodged the machete by turning his body to the side. Ding! The machete hit the wall and bounced off. Lin Kong ran over and raised his head to catch the falling machete. At this time, Go Yanking's attention was all focused on Lin Kong. Little did he know, swish, swish. Two sounds of breaking through the air came from behind. Go Yanking cried out in his heart that something was wrong, but it was too late. He wanted to dodge, but as soon as his body moved, two balls of fire had already shot at Go Yanking's knees. "Oops, I can't control my balance." Floating in the air requires constant movement to maintain the balance of the body. When the knees cannot turn, the calves will naturally stiffen. Go Yanking, who lost his balance, screamed and fell from the air. "It's time to send you on your way." In order to avoid more trouble, Lin Kong pulled out another machete. His right foot stepped heavily on the ground, and his body immediately rushed towards Go Yanking, who was falling like an arrow from a bow. "No!" Go Yanking looked at the machete flashing with cold light. Normally, it was just an ordinary knife for cutting watermelons, but now it has become a tool for the god of death to reap his own life. The original text can be read at LU number 9 at /bar. Deep fear gripped Go Yanking's heart. "No, I must not die!" I must escape! The strong desire to survive made his mind work rapidly. The crisis of death always makes one burst out with strength beyond the ordinary. At this life and death moment, Go Yanking's mind suddenly became clear, and he thought of a way to escape. Fire-breathing foot, fully active 8, who, although the knee was imprisoned, but unlike Iago's sealed hand, the Tyrannosaurus Rex's forbidden fire eye, can only make objects stiff, and cannot hinder the circulation of spiritual energy. Therefore, Go Yanking can still mobilize a large amount of spiritual energy and transport it to the sole of the foot. The sole of the foot, supported by spiritual energy, suddenly burst into flames. At this time, Lin Kong's face was facing Go Yanking's feet. As the flames expanded, Lin Kong's vision was completely blocked. He could not see Go Yanking, so he could only close his eyes and chop hard at the approximate position in front. Missed, as expected. I didn't hit. If I miss with one strike, I'll chop a few more times. Anyway, my defense is invincible, and I'm not afraid of any tricks from Go Yanking. Lin Kong took a step forward and swung his knife. However, all missed. After the flames and the air dissipated, Lin Kong slowly opened his eyes, but unexpectedly, Go Yanking took advantage of the time when Lin Kong closed his eyes, and his whole body fell to the ground, and then slid forward along the ground through the flames on his feet. In this way, even if his knees could not move, it didn't matter. Go Yanking's body could still move quickly. His target was the submachine gun of the Golden Overlord that fell 3 meters away. After getting the submachine gun, his knees were freed from the imprisonment effect and could move normally. So, he immediately approached Lin Kong silently, and the moment he opened his eyes, click, the sound of a gun bolt being pulled rang out. Hearing this sound, Lin Kong had an ominous premonition in his heart, and just wanted to retreat quickly. However, he was a step too slow, because a cold, dark, and ruthless gun muzzle was already pointed at his forehead. A sinister smile appeared on Go Yanking's face. Without any hesitation, he pulled the trigger decisively. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The muzzle spit out flames, and the deadly bullets poured out at Lin Kong's face. Lin Kong's head was shot and trembled constantly. The bullet shell fell on the tile floor with a clang. Although your body surface has an invincible defense, your eyes have no defense. Ha 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 ha. I won this battle in the end, Go Yanking shouted while pulling the trigger frantically. Chapter 90 Go Yanking, Die. On the second floor below the basement, Go Yanking was using a submachine gun to shoot at Lin Kong's head. Da-da-da-da. Ka-ka-ka. The gunshots suddenly stopped, leaving only the sound of the trigger being pulled. The submachine gun had been used up. Bang! The bullets were used up, and Lin Kong fell straight down. Go Yanking raised the gun with great pride, and blew gently at the muzzle that was emitting white smoke. Ah! Squad leader Lin. At this time, Li Minutes' grief-stricken cry came from the corner of the corridor. In order to save himself, Squad leader Lin was shot to death by Go Yanking. With bloodshot eyes, she rushed over and fought with Go Yanking. Asshole, I will kill you tilde. So what if you have a gun in your hand? Even if you kill me, I will at least bite off a piece of your flesh. Li Minutes rushed up with the will to kill 100 enemies and lose 1,000 of her own. However, don't be impulsive, sister, let's run. Sun Aixin and his wife hugged Li Minutes together. He is a new human and can run. Do you think we can run away? Li Minutes wanted to break free, but Sun Aixin and his wife were too feeble and could not break free at all, so she had to explain to them angrily. Then let's beg him, maybe he will let us go. Besides, I have a daughter who is also a new human, maybe he will pity me and not kill us. Besides, you are so beautiful, maybe you can have a chance of survival. Sun Aixin persuaded earnestly. She also knew that the hope of escaping was too slim. After all, Go Yanking's feet could spit fire. How could her legs outrun the flying iron arm Astro Boy Go Yanking? Moreover, even if she escaped outside, they were all under the command of Go Yanking's father Goof. There was no way to escape. Then, the only way left was to beg for mercy. Before, Go Yanking coveted Li Minutes' beauty. If Li Minutes was willing to commit herself to Go Yanking, and if he said a few nice words, Go Yanking might not care. If Li Minutes is not okay, at most, she can be paired with his daughter Yizialgo. In this way, Go Yanking can at least keep us alive. Sun Aixin thought to herself, as long as we are alive, there is hope. Li Minutes was angry when she saw that Sun Aixin actually persuaded her to abandon Wu Feng and be with Go Yanking, a rubbish, and slapped Sun Aixin in the face. Sun Aixin was stunned for a moment, not knowing why Li Minutes wanted to hit her for no reason. This stunned her subordinates loosened up, and Li Minutes took the opportunity to break free from the control of Sun Aixin and his wife. She rushed towards Go Yanking with bare hands. As for whether she can beat him or not, will she die? Forget these questions. I want to fight this Astro Boy Go Yanking. HMPH, you are really throwing an egg against a rock. You don't know whether you live or die. Go Yanking looked at Lee Minutes, who was rushing towards him to fight him desperately, and he couldn't help but raise a trace of disdain and teasing at the corner of his mouth. He bent down and picked up the spare magazine on the waist of the Golden Overlord. Sun Ixen, who was far away, saw Go Yanking's action of reloading and shooting, and hurriedly advised from a distance, "Girl, come back soon." But Lee Minutes had no intention of turning back. Even when she saw Go Yanking picking up the magazine, her thoughts did not waver at all, and her steps did not slow down at all. Seeing this, Sun Ixen could only stamp her feet helplessly. If this Lee Minutes was going to die, Go Yanking would definitely implicate himself in his anger. Alas, what a silly girl who doesn't know how to adapt. Now, if she doesn't run away, she will die. If she escapes, she will also die. Sun Ixen, who was desperate in his heart, was like an ant on a hot pot, and was anxiously turning around in place. At this time, Go Yanking had already picked up the magazine, and looking at Lee Minutes, who was about to rush in front of him, his eyes showed a bloodthirsty and fierce light. "Since you want to die, I'll grant your wish." Go Yanking was about to install the magazine on the submachine gun and prepare to destroy the flower with his hands, but he heard a swoosh sound, and his wrist was hit by a ball of fire. "I can't move. It's the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I was careless. I actually forgot about that Tyrannosaurus Rex." Go Yanking's hair stood up, and the fear of death once again enveloped him. When he thought of the sharp teeth in the mouth of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, he felt a chill in the cervical vertebrae behind his neck. The original text is available at LU number 9 at book/bar. However, fortunately, only one of my wrists was imprisoned, so my other hand can still move. Click. The magazine went in and the bolt was pulled. The submachine gun in the right hand was switched to the left hand. Lee Minutes in front was still 3 meters away from him, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex was 1 meter away, rushing towards him rapidly. Therefore, I had to shoot the Tyrannosaurus Rex first. Even if I get pounced on by Lee Minutes later, it doesn't matter. Anyway, as long as I get rid of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, I can kill an ordinary person like Lee Minutes with just one finger. So Go Yanking turned the muzzle of the gun and was about to aim at the Tyrannosaurus Rex. However, a human-shaped shadow enveloped his body. "Someone is standing behind me!" Then, a hand grabbed Go Yanking's wrist. Go Yanking wanted to break free, but the hand clamped his wrist tightly like an iron clamp. Moreover, the surface of this hand was covered with a layer of dark green liquid. Wasn't that Lin Kong's hand? Turning around, it was indeed Lin Kong! However, there was a burnt mark on Lin Kong's face. Just now, when Lin Kong saw the submachine gun, he let a liquid dragon armor directly cover his eyes. Therefore, no bullet shot directly into his brain through the eye socket. According to the defense of the Triceratops, a bullet hit his body, and Lin Kong was like being patted lightly. However, with 20 to 30 bullets continuously hitting, even if the defense is strong, Lin Kong's head will be hit to a certain extent. Therefore, he fell into a short state of dizziness just now. However, the skill of dinosaur possession not only strengthened Lin Kong's physical strength, but also strengthened his mental strength. Therefore, he recovered from the dizziness in a short time. "Fuck, you are a dead body." Go Yanking's exclamation has not yet been finished, and there is a sharp pain in his wrist. He can't help but scream. Looking down, he found that his wrist had been directly cut off by Lin Kong, and blood was pouring out. At this time, Lee Minutes rushed up and punched Go Yanking in the face with all her strength. Although Lee Minutes is an ordinary person, her angry blow still hit Go Yanking's unprotected nose bridge and made his nose bleed. "Lin Kong hit me, but you, an ordinary woman, dare to hit me. It's really unreasonable!" Go Yanking was furious. He raised his head and was about to hit Lee Minutes fiercely. Because one hand was imprisoned and the other hand was held by Lin Kong, Go Yanking could only attack with his head. However, according to his strength, as long as his headbutt successfully hit Lee Minutes' head, the latter would definitely be severely concussed. It is even possible that this headbutt would directly knock Lee Minutes into a fool. In this situation, I am doomed to die. Before I die, I can drag someone down with me. But, swish, the blade flashed. Chapter 91 Zi Wang's ability. "Hey, Why are the images around me spinning? Go Yanking was just about to hit Lee Minutes with a headbutt and give her a severe concussion. As a result, his vision suddenly began to turn 360 degrees. Bang! The sound of a heavy object falling to the ground was clearly heard by Go Yanking. He turned his eyelids and found that not far ahead, next to Lin Kong, there was a man dressed exactly like him. However, this man had no head on his neck. The cut on his neck was gushing blood like the fountain in the square. Oh, I understand. So, this is me. Go Yanking opened his mouth wide after suddenly realizing it, and then his mouth was motionless. His eyes gradually became blurred. Bang! At the same time, Go Yanking's headless body also fell straight to the ground. At this point, Go Yanking, a level 1 new human, died. Damn! I'm covered in blood. Lin Kong put away the machete and looked at Go Yanking's body with disgust. Because he was close to her, he was sprayed with blood. Lee Minutes, are you okay? Lin Kong suddenly found that Lee Minutes was standing there motionless, so he stepped forward and patted Lee Minutes' shoulder. Oh! Lin Kong's resurrection and the sudden beheading of Go Yanking made Lee Minutes stunned on the spot. After being patted by Lin Kong, Lee Minutes immediately reacted, and a look of surprise appeared on her face. Because she was standing relatively close, her hair and face were also covered with blood, but she didn't care about it at all. She opened her arms and hugged Lin Kong excitedly. Great, Squad Leader Lin. You are not dead. I'm super powerful. How can I die easily? Lin Kong patted Lee Minutes' back comfortingly. After hugging for a while, the two immediately separated. Lee Minutes is the girlfriend of his good brother Wu Fei, and Lin Kong can't have any improper thoughts. Just now, the two were just hugging normally. Now Kong, I knew you were lucky. It's impossible for you to be killed by Go Yanking like that. Come on, let me see if you're injured. Sun Yixin was shocked for a moment when she saw Lin Kong resurrected. When she saw Lin Kong kill Go Yanking with one knife, her mood changed from shock to relief. With Lin Kong's protection, she could continue to live. So, she immediately ran up and talked to Lin Kong about her concern. Lee Minutes saw this and curled her lips speechlessly. Then, Lee Minutes ran over to check on Wu Fei. Wu Fei was still sleeping because of his serious injuries. Lin Kong also came over and took the initiative to carry Wu Fei on his back and prepared to leave through the safety stairs. Lee Minutes suddenly remembered a key question. By the way, where is your level 2 master? There are Go Yanking's father's men outside. Once they know about Go Yanking's death, I'm afraid we will be in danger. Sun Yixin couldn't help but worry when she heard this. Although Lin Kong had just killed 6 guards, plus Jinba Wang and Go Yanking, Sun Yixin was still worried. Only when the level 2 expert was by her side could she feel at ease. But unexpectedly, Lin Kong said confidently, "Don't worry, I'm much better than that level 2 expert." Lin Kingfeng was once in the river, and because of the matter of a spiritual energy bead, he was scared by Lin Kong and dared not move in the river. Whether in terms of force or intelligence, Lin Kong is several times stronger than Lin Kingfeng. Seeing Lin Kong so confident, Sun Yixin and Lee Minutes couldn't say anything. After all, they were so weak that they had to rely on Lin Kong's thigh. Everyone walked up the safety stairs in silence. Next, let's go back to more than 10 minutes ago. That is, when Lin Kong just took the elevator down. On the 5th floor, in front of the elevator, Lin Kingfeng was waiting for the elevator to go up. Behind him, Zi Wang's kind smile was gradually disappearing, and then replaced by an indifferent expression. The original text is available at Liu number 9 at /bar. With the intuition of a new human at level 2, Lin Kingfeng felt a chill behind him. Turning around, he saw Zi Wang with an expressionless face. An unusual atmosphere filled the air. What do you want to do? Instinctively protecting himself, Lin Kingfeng couldn't help but take a step back. Although Zi Wang's strength was probably at the early stage of level 2, he was not as good as Lin Kingfeng, who was at the middle stage of level 2. However, a faint pressure was emanating from Zi Wang's body, and then tightly enveloped Lin Kingfeng. Lin Kingfeng felt at this moment like a little sheep being stared at by a big bad wolf. Something was wrong. Something was very wrong. Lin Kingfeng looked up and down at Zi Wang, trying to find the source of this sense of danger. You have about 24 strands of spiritual energy in your body, right? Seeing Lin Kong's nervous expression like a mouse encountering a cat, Zi Wang was very satisfied in his heart, and he asked slowly, "How do you know?" The amount of spiritual energy can only be known by close contact, but Zi Wang has never touched me, but he can know how many strands of spiritual energy I have in my body. Then, Lin Kong looked at Zi Wang's eyes and found that the latter's eyes seemed a little strange. After a closer look, I found that Zi Wang's eyes were very normal, but the air in front of him was strangely distorted. It seemed to be affected by some kind of power. Could it be that this distorted air was caused by Zi Wang's superpowers? So, what skills does Zi Wang have? Secretary Tang, come here. Zi Wang did not answer Lin Kong's question immediately, but called the secretary in the hall over. Expert Zi, is there anything I can do for you? The secretary smiled sweetly at Zi Wang and asked politely. Nothing, just checking. You are wearing black T-shaped underwear today, right? Zi Wang asked with a playful smile. You, Expert Zi, how could you do that? You are so annoying. The secretary was ashamed and angry at first when someone mentioned that kind of private clothing. However, due to Zi Wang's power and strength, the ashamed and angry on her face immediately turned into a half-hearted shyness. She is just an ordinary person. In the end times, she must control her temper and try her best to please the superiors. Haha, go away. You are out of trouble. After teasing the secretary, Zi Wang waved his hand. Then, he looked at Lin Kong. Now, you should understand what my superpower is, right? Lin Kong pondered for a moment. The air in front of Zi Wang's eyes was distorted, and he knew his aura, and he could also know the color and style of the secretary's underwear. Combining these situations, he guessed a general idea and asked hesitantly, is it the ability to see through? Chapter 92 Zi Wang vs Lin Kong. 5th floor, at the elevator door. Zi Wang nodded in appreciation. Well, it seems that you are not stupid. You are looking for death. Being scolded, Lin Kong naturally glared at him. Although the amount of spiritual energy in his body exceeded that of Zi Wang gave him a sense of danger. So Lin Kong did not act immediately. Because he had been with Lin Kong for a long time, his character gradually became cautious. He also thought about many aspects. Zi Wang, this guy, obviously only has the ability of perspective to assist in combat. Why is he so confident? The perspective ability, in terms of rating, is at most a B-level ability, which is 2 levels lower than his S level. White Cloud Wings. My White Cloud Wings can attack and defend, and can also fly and escape, which is perfect. With this analysis, I should be able to beat Zi Wang, who has the perspective ability. But why do I unconsciously fear him in my heart? Could it be? Lin Kong thought of a possibility, which made him take a few steps back. Have you discovered it, fatty? Oh, no, I should call you skinny. Seeing Lin Kong's panicked expression, Zi Wang unscrewed the thermos cup again. Next, he had to fight, but there was no time to rehydrate, so he raised the thermos cup and took a big sip. Sure enough, you can not only see through the amount of my spiritual energy, but also see through the wings I hide in my clothes. Lin Kong's folded wings gradually stretched out. Puff puff puff. The clothes broke apart everywhere, and the buttons on them fell down one after another, while a pair of white and slender wings opened completely. Since the opponent already knew his ability, Lin Kong had no need to hide it anymore. Wow, so beautiful. The secretary in the hall saw Lin Kong's wings, and her eyes lit up immediately, with an envious look on her face. But suddenly, she felt an unusual smell permeating between Lin Kong and Zi Wang. It was murderous intent. Not good. These two level 2 masters seem to be going to fight in a battle between level 2 new humans. If one is not careful, the secretary, who is an ordinary person, may die suddenly. Slip away, slip away. The secretary looked at Lin Kong's angelic wings reluctantly, and quickly escaped from the stairs. Zi Wang covered the thermos cup and placed it against a wall. This thermos cup was given to Zi Wang by his mother, but his mother turned into a zombie. Therefore, this thermos cup is the only item that Zi Wang can place his thoughts on. It is very important to Zi Wang, but now, he can only leave it temporarily for a while. It will be soon. I will come to accompany you again after I kill this guy. Zi Wang looked at the thermos cup affectionately, then, turning around, Zi Wang pointed at Lin Kong and said in a tone of a judge judging a criminal, "You killed my subordinate Jin Bawang, and made my subordinate Jin Bawang kneel down and call me daddy. According to the laws of the gathering place, I sentence you to death." Lin Kong was just an ordinary person, so Zi Wang determined that Lin Kong killed Jin Bawang. Seeing that Zi Wang misunderstood him, Lin Kong was too lazy to argue. He understood that no matter what, Zi Wang was not going to let him go today. Lin Kong quietly stepped back 2 steps again, and he looked around for directions to escape. Escape from the safety stairs, or fly down from the window? Now that I have shown my wings, Zi Wang will definitely subconsciously think that I will fly down from the window, so I should escape from the safety stairs! The reason why Lin Kong wanted to escape instead of fighting directly was because of Zi Wang's ability of perspective. This guy must have not only seen through the wings under my clothes, but also must have known that there was one less spiritual bead in my body. A spiritual energy bead contains 10 strands of spiritual energy. Lin Kong has 2. But one of them is in Lin Kong's arms in the basement. Therefore, Lin Kong, who has a total of 24 strands of spiritual energy, can only use 14 strands at most. His strength has been reduced by nearly half. With less spiritual energy than the opponent, the battle will become difficult. Moreover, there is too little space inside the house, and his white cloud wings are not convenient for action. In short, it is just 3 words. Read the original text in Liu number 9 at book/bar. There is no way to fight. Since you can't fight, you can only run away. Since you have already thought about the escape strategy, Lin Kong acted decisively. The first step is to use your mouth to slightly disturb Zi Wang's emotions. So, he imitated the tone of Zi Wang judging the criminals. "According to the law made by your mother, because of your stupid act of sentencing me to death, I sentence you ... to death." Zi Wang's mouth twitched when he heard it, and he stepped hard on the ground. The recoil of the ground made him rush towards Lin Kong. "I originally wanted to give you a whole body, but in this case, I have no choice but to cut you into pieces." As he said, he clenched his fists and wanted to fight Lin Kong head-on. After all, Lin Kong looked like a very arrogant and cold person. Although his spiritual energy was not as good as mine, he should also fight me directly in close combat. In this case, he would definitely lose, because although my ability is perspective with basically no attack power, I am the boxing champion in the city. So, I will beat Lin Kong violently, Zi Wang thought happily in his heart. As a result, Lin Kong had no grace and self-esteem of a level 2 expert. He flapped his wings and turned around, running towards the window 3 meters away. While running, he flapped his wings with all his strength to speed up. "I can't catch up." Zi Wang ran a few steps and saw Lin Kong running so decisively and so quickly. He knew in his heart that he was destined to not catch up with Lin Kong. However, "Although I can't catch up with this bird man, bullets can." Swish! Zi Wang stood still and took out the 2 Desert Eagle pistols on his waist. This silver Desert Eagle actually has a very large recoil, and ordinary people can't hold it with one hand. But Zi Wang is a level 2 new human, and it is not a problem to hold a gun in one hand. He pulled the trigger with both hands at the same time. Bang 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 bang. The sound of the Desert Eagle is very loud, and the bullets fired are also very powerful. Even if Lin Kong is a level 2 new human, he will suffer a lot of damage if he is shot by this bullet. Moreover, the corridor was only about 3 meters wide, and Lin Kong had no way of dodging such intensive and rapid shooting. However, this birdman had wings, and would probably use his wings to block the bullets. Zi Wang anticipated Lin Kong's next move, and immediately planned out the next step to deal with Lin Kong's next move. Puff 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 puff. What surprised Zi Wang was that Lin Kong's wings did not slow down at all, but flapped even more frantically, carrying Lin Kong to the window at a rapid speed. As for the bullets shot from behind, Lin Kong actually used his body to resist them. Chapter 93 Ambush from all sides. Lin Kong's thighs, back, neck, and even the back of his head were all hit by bullets. Blood splattered everywhere. Lin Kong clenched his teeth because of the severe pain, and cold sweat ran down his forehead. Fortunately, Lin Kong had already arranged his spiritual energy behind him, so even if he was hit by a bullet in the back of his head, it was only a flesh wound. The bullets that were shot at most only entered his body less than half a centimeter, which was not a big problem for Lin Kong, who was at level 2. With a strong shake, the bullets embedded in his back fell like raindrops. At this moment, Lin Kong was still 1 meter away from the window. Outside the window, there was a stainless steel railing, as thick as an arm, but it was hollow inside. For a new human, it was not difficult to smash the railing directly. You still want to jump out of the window and run away. Naive. Wang put away his Desert Eagle pistol and rushed towards Lin Kong with all his strength. Bang! Lin Kong folded his wings and hit the stainless steel railing with all his strength. The railing was directly broken by this huge force. All the obstacles leading to the sky outside have been cleared, and Lin Kong can jump out of the window with just one leap. However, due to the action of folding his wings and hitting the railing, Lin Kong spent nearly half a second. This half-second allowed Wang to rush behind Lin Kong. Moreover, Wang had already jumped high to Lin Kong. Once Lin Kong chose to climb up the window and jump down, then he would definitely be kicked directly by Wang with full power and seriously injured. Feel it. Even if he didn't look back, Lin Kong could feel Wang's fierce attack. However, he still chose to raise his right foot and step on the windowsill. Seeing this scene, Wang, who was flying in the air, was very proud. You are finished. As long as I kick him, Lin Kong's mobility will be greatly damaged and he will never be able to escape again. With my fighting skills, if he can't escape and chooses to fight me in close combat, then he will definitely die. Wang is a boxing expert, while Lin Kong, on the other hand, has no calluses on the joints of his hands and has never practiced martial arts. Therefore, Wang is very confident. However, bang! After Lin Kong stepped on the windowsill, he kicked hard. His body did not jump up, but jumped to the side. Then, he rushed to the safety stairs on the side and ran downstairs without looking back. It turned out that the step on the windowsill was just a trick by Lin Kong to pretend to escape from the window to mislead Wang. His real escape route was the stairs. Oh no! Wang's jumping kick was originally a kick predicted by Lin Kong's movements. In other words, his movement direction was aimed at the window. And now, Lin Kong has no window to escape. So next, swoosh! Wang flew out of the window. His superpower is perspective, and he can't fly. His body rushed too fast and there was no way to slow down in the air. Moreover, the window railing was also broken by Lin Kong. So, Wang, who had no other choice, could only rush out of the window and embrace the beautiful and vast sky. This is the 5th floor, about 15 meters high. Bang! The heavy Wang, like a meteorite, hit the ground at high speed, making a loud noise. The concrete ground cracked like a spider web, but Wang, who was standing with his legs bent, was unharmed. As a level 2 new human, Wang has excellent body control and reaction ability. In the short time of falling from the 5th floor, he quickly adjusted his posture in the air and protected his feet with his spiritual energy, so he was safe and sound when he landed. Although Wang was tricked by Lin Kong at the window, however, he was not panicked at all. Looking up, Wang looked at the 4th floor, and he smiled grimly. Do you think you can escape from my palm by running from the stairs? Haha, naive tilde. The staircase connecting the 4th and 5th floors. Lin Kong had just come down and was about to run to the 4th floor, but he was shocked to find that 8 or 9 black gun muzzles were already pointed at him. Fuck. Why are there so many people? Before he finished speaking, the sound of AK-47 rang out. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The light of fire flickered continuously at the elevator entrance. 8 or 9 guards with guns fired at Lin Kong. Yes, Wang had already arranged people to guard the staircase at the 4th floor. Not only the staircase at the 4th floor, but also the 3rd, 2nd and 1st floors, were also arranged. All these were preparations to prevent Lin Kong from escaping. I'll block, I'll block, I'll block, block, block. Lin Kong quickly used his wings to cover his whole body. All the bullets hit the white wings. If he rushed down with his head held high, he would have to take at least 50 or 60 bullets. The original text is available at LU number 9/. With such dense bullets, White Cloud Wings simply couldn't withstand it. Since he couldn't rush down, he had no choice but to flee upwards. Lin Kong decisively turned around and ran to the 6th floor. Da. As soon as he reached the 5th floor, he found 7 or 8 gunmen coming down from the 6th floor. When they saw Lin Kong, they fired without hesitation. There's an ambush on the 6th floor? Zi Wang was too cunning. These 7 or 8 gunmen were very close to him, and he could rush over and kill them in just 2 or 3 steps. However, Lin Kong was not sure if there were other gunmen behind him. Now, there were gunmen below and above. Lin Kong didn't have many choices. He could only escape through the window. Stepping onto the windowsill, he jumped up, spread his wings, and flew up to the sky. As long as I fly into the sky, I'll be safe. But, slow down your breathing, calm your heartbeat, keep your hands steady, and keep your eyes accurate. On the rooftop, a squatting sniper was adjusting his body. This time, it was the task assigned to him by expert Zi Wang. Now, almost all the level 2 experts in the gathering place have died, and expert Z is the most powerful man in the gathering place. Therefore, he must complete this task. The prisoner will jump out of the window on the 5th floor. He only has one chance to shoot, so he must adjust his body to the best condition. He must shoot the prisoner's head when the time comes. Suddenly, here it comes. A figure jumped out of the window. He was about to shoot, and his finger almost pulled the trigger. Fortunately, years of sniper training prevented him from shooting hastily. No matter what the situation, you must see the enemy clearly before pulling the trigger. This is a basic rule for a sniper. He saw clearly that the person who jumped out was not the prisoner, but expert Zi Wang. If he shot expert Z, he would be finished. Adjusting his breathing again, he aimed the muzzle of the gun at the window on the 5th floor again. After a while, a figure jumped out again. A closer look showed that it was the prisoner mentioned by expert Z. He pulled the trigger decisively. Bang! As soon as the bullet was fired, he had already predicted the result. Hit! He shot Lin Kong in the forehead. No mistake. Chapter 94. Flying to the sky. A long bullet shot straight at Lin Kong's head. It was a large caliber bullet fired from a Barrett sniper rifle. Once hit, even if Lin Kong was a level 2 expert, his body had been strengthened, and his defense had been greatly improved. His fate would be a big hole in his head. This time, you can't escape. Zi Wang saw Lin Kong rushing out and spreading his wings, and he knew that Lin Kong would be hit by this bullet 100%. Because at the moment of spreading his wings, Lin Kong's body was almost in a static state. As long as the sniper ambushing on the rooftop was not a rookie, he would definitely be able to blow Lin Kong's head off. Bang! The 12.7mm caliber 99mm long sniper rifle bullet hit Lin Kong's forehead. However, it was like hitting a steel plate. The bullet gradually twisted, and then bounced out. Lin Kong was safe and sound. Who told then? Lin Kong frantically flapped his wings and flew into the sky. What? He was prepared in advance? Zi Wang was stunned. Lin Kong was shot in the head, but he was like nothing happened. Then, the only explanation is that he was prepared in advance. But even if he arranged the spiritual energy evenly in front of him in advance, he would not have such a strong defense. Therefore, the only explanation is that he arranged a large amount of spiritual energy on his head, and completely gave up defense in other places. Yes, Zi Wang's guess was completely correct. Lin Kong only gathered the spiritual energy on his head and heart for defense. Why did he defend in advance? A very simple reason. Lin Kong thought like this: since you sent gunmen to ambush on the 4th and 6th floors, then you should have sent gunmen outside to snipe me. Where will the sniper hit me? Either the head or the heart. Therefore, Lin Kong defended these 2 places in advance and blocked the fatal bullet. Haha, I guessed it right. Sure enough, There is an old bastard aiming at me with a sniper rifle. After being hit by the bullet, Lin Kong immediately discovered the position of the sniper. But Lin Kong didn't have time to kill him. In the current situation, escaping is the top priority. As long as I am still alive, I will reunite with Lin Kong at that time. Humphrey, these scums are all finished. On the rooftop, I clearly shot him. How come he is not hurt at all? The sniper was confused. Through the sniper scope on the gun, the sniper clearly saw that Lin Kong's head was hit by the bullet and tilted back. It was indeed a hit, but it was blocked by the prisoner. The sniper immediately adjusted the muzzle of the gun, began to aim, and prepared to shoot again. But at this time, on the ground, behind Ziwang, a behemoth aimed at Lin Kong. You are smart, you blocked the sniper rifle in advance, but even if you defend in advance, you can't stop the bombardment. Ziwang shouted at Lin Kong from a distance. What, artillery fire? Lin Kong couldn't help but glance down. Originally, Lin Kong was still secretly delighted. After all, he had predicted Ziwang's ambush in advance with his intelligence. He also successfully defended it. Ziwang must be very angry, Lin Kong thought proudly in his heart. As a result, he glanced down, and the scene below scared him so much that his heart almost stopped and he fell from midair. Because the huge monster aimed at him was actually a cow. You actually have a tank. Lin Kong cursed angrily. Ziwang, you bastard, it's fine if you shoot me with a pistol, and I can also tolerate it if you ask someone to shoot me with a rifle, and I can also tolerate it if you send a sniper to snipe me. But now, you shameless bastard, you actually used a tank. I really want to fuck your mother! Exclamation mark. Bang! The tank fired. The shells flew straight towards Lin Kong. Can't hide. Absolutely can't hide. Even if Lin Kong had 10 pairs of wings, he couldn't hide from the shell. He could only fold his wings and defend himself with all his strength. All his spiritual energy was also added to his wings. From now on, life or death, it all depends on fate. Merciful Bodhisattva, please bless me invincible and brave Guanara. Please bless me wise and brave. Lin Kong hadn't finished praying yet, and the shell had already hit him. Boom. There was a loud noise. The original text is available at Liu number 9 /. In the flames of the shells, Lin Kong was like a kite that had lost its line, drawing an arc in the air and falling rapidly towards the south gate. His feathers were even set on fire. Bang! Lin Kong landed on the ground, and under him, there was an innocent zombie. The zombie didn't think about eating people, it just stood on the road, thinking about its boring life. As a result, he was smashed to pieces by Lin Kong, a falling object with no moral sense and no sense of public morality. As for Lin Kong, because he had this zombie as a meat cushion, as a level 2 new human, he did not suffer any damage from the fall. However, he was still in a coma, because the impact of the explosion of the shell was too great. Looking at his wings, they were even blown to pieces. Lin Kong's hair had been burned. His originally cold face was also burned by the high temperature. The clothes on his body were all burned. There were several wisps of white smoke from the extinguished flames, slowly floating from Lin Kong's body. In general, 4 words: horrible. Ziwang sighed. Goof came over. Those level 1 new humans have begun to be promoted. Well. How about Lin Kong? Seeing Goof, Ziwang thought of Lin Kong. Lin Kong killed his subordinate Jin Baoang and asked Jin Baoang to kneel down in public. Ziwang would not stop until he killed Lin Kong. Don't worry, my son Go Yanking and Jin Baoang, 2 against 1, are a very stable team. Moreover, I sent people to kidnap Lin Kong's friends and his father-in-law and mother-in-law. Lin Kong is probably hacked to death now, Goof said confidently. Ziwang nodded and felt relieved. At this time, a subordinate ran over and reported, "Expert Z, the Birdman fell at the south gate and seems to be still alive." Sure enough, the new human of level 2 is not so easy to die. It's better if he doesn't die, so that I can torture him well. Ziwang raised a grim smile at the corner of his mouth, and he walked towards the south gate. Goof behind him immediately followed. Although Ziwang's ability is perspective, if we only talk about the rating, he can't compare with Goof's level. Fire-breathing feet, But Goof respects Zi Wang very much. Because Zi Wang has extremely meticulous thinking ability, the defense measures of the entire gathering place were also completed under Zi Wang's supervision. Soon, the two walked to the south gate. However, there was silence in the watchtower at the south gate, and no one came to greet Goof. Goof was a little puzzled. He ran up to the watchtower and found that the guard on duty was actually sleeping with his head down. "Hey, how can you sleep during duty time?" Goof kicked him angrily. However, instead of waking up, the guard lay down. Goof frowned and took a closer look. He was horrified to find dead. Chapter 95. Cheehan is hungry. Inside the watchtower, it seems he's dead. Goof took a step forward, bent down, and put his finger in front of the guard's nostrils, and found that the latter had stopped breathing. He touched his heartbeat again, and there was no beating sound. How could he be dead? "I just talked to him," the guard who had reported to Zi Wang earlier said in surprise. Goof observed carefully and found a trace of bruises on the neck of the dead guard. He speculated, he was probably strangled to death. The force was very strong. It must be done by a new human. Another guard who reported felt a chill in his neck. "Fortunately, I took the initiative to report the matter and was lucky to escape with my life." Zi Wang was slightly surprised to hear that he was killed by someone who would kill the guard of the watchtower. "I know all the powerful new humans in the gathering place. They can't be against me. So, it must be another new human who did it. Could it be Lin Kong?" Thinking of this, Zi Wang immediately pulled the guard over and asked, "Where did the birdman fall?" Right there." The guard looked extremely panicked as a level 2 new human pulled his collar. With trembling hands, he pointed to the center of the street not far away. There was no living thing at that location except for a zombie that was smashed into a meat pie. "Huh? Where are the people?" Zi Wang did not find any trace of Lin Kong, so he turned his head and looked at the young guard with an unfriendly look. The young guard turned his head and was also stunned. He was terrified and immediately said with a sad face, "Expert Z, please believe me, I really didn't lie to you. The birdman did fall there and crushed a zombie. I saw all this with my own eyes, and there is absolutely no lie." Looking at the young guard's frightened expression, Zi Wang knew that this guy didn't have the courage to lie, so he snorted coldly and let him go. However, Lin Kong was hit by a shell. Theoretically, he should have been seriously injured. He couldn't have run to the watchtower to kill the guard. Then, the only explanation is that there should be another person who saved Lin Kong. Who could this person be? Zi Wang thought about it but couldn't figure it out. After all, Lin Kong was quite low-key in the gathering place, and Zi Wang had no way of knowing Lin Kong's network of relationships. Even if the person escaped, the spiritual energy bead couldn't escape. Zi Wang thought of the spiritual energy bead in Lin Kong's arms. As long as he crushed Lin Kong's spiritual bead, Lin Kong would naturally die immediately. "You, continue to guard here," Zi Wang ordered the young guard. Yes. The young guard was worried that he would also be killed by the mysterious man, and he hesitated. However, when he saw Zi Wang's cold and ruthless eyes, he immediately agreed decisively. Perhaps if he stayed in the watchtower, he might be killed by the mysterious man after a while. However, if he didn't listen to Expert Z, he would die now. Therefore, the guard could only pray that the mysterious man would not come again. "Let's go to the basement and see if Lin Kong is dead." Zi Wang didn't care much about the life and death of a guard. He urgently needed to crush Lin Kong's spirit bead to vent his anger. Goof didn't know what Zi Wang was thinking. He thought Zi Wang was worried that Lin Kong would escape, so he hurriedly said, "Don't worry, he is definitely dead." The two of them walked to the basement with a pair of subordinates. At the same time, Lin Kong had just killed Goof's son Go Yanking, and he was walking up with Li Minutes, Sun Axon and others. Hungry. A thought with a chilly breath came into Lin Kong's mind. This chill made Lin Kong shiver uncontrollably. It was the 7 black eggs. "Oh, I almost forgot my eggs." Lin Kong slapped his forehead and remembered the dinosaur eggs thrown in the basement. The 2 dinosaur eggs were originally placed on the Triceratops, so after using the dinosaur possession skill, everything on the Triceratops fell to the ground. The original text is available at 6 number 9 /. If Cheehan hadn't reminded Lin Kong, he would have almost forgotten about it. Moreover, the bacon made by Yi Xiaogo and Jin Bao's 9-ring broadsword were also with the dinosaur eggs. "Wait here for a while, I'm going to get something. I'll be back soon," Lin Kong said, turning around and running. Li Minutes nodded in agreement, but Sun Yixin nervously grabbed Lin Kong's hand. "Dao Kong, don't abandon us." "I'm not abandoning you, I'm just going to get something. It's quick." Lin Kong looked at the worried Sun Yixin and explained, "What if a bad guy breaks in during the time you're away? We're doomed. So, it's better for us to stay together," Sun Yixin said worriedly. Previously, it was because he had to go back to pack up that goof and his gang took advantage of the opportunity and kidnapped him to the basement. Now, no matter what happens, Sun Yixin doesn't want to leave Lin Kong, the super brave son-in-law. "Well, I don't want to be apart for a moment. There have been enough accidents today, and Sun Yixin doesn't want any more accidents. Her fragile heart can't stand it." "Okay." Lin Kong weighed the pros and cons in his mind and finally agreed. Even if Sun Yixin, Li Minutes and others knew about the dinosaur eggs, it didn't matter. Anyway, these dinosaurs only listened to Lin Kong, and even the 10-year-old girl Lin Qiao can't kidnap them. So, there is no need to worry that Sun Yixin will suddenly covet his dinosaur eggs. So, the 5 of them returned to the basement on the 2nd floor. The air circulation in the basement was not smooth. When everyone came in, they found that the strong smell of blood was coming. On the ground, Go Yanking's head was staring at Lin Kong. "You dared to stare at me even after you're dead. How bold." Lin Kong kicked Go Yanking's head like a football with a bang. The head bounced several times on the surrounding walls and rolled to the stairs. "Found it. My backpack." Lin Kong quickly found the black backpack in the corner, as well as the bacon and 9-ring broadsword scattered beside it. The bacon was wrapped in several layers of bags, and even if it was stained with a few drops of blood, it still did not affect its use. The 9-ring broadsword just happened to come in handy. Lin Kong put the kitchen knife back into his waist, intending to hold a Golden Overlord broadsword in his left hand and a Golden Overlord 9-ring broadsword in his right hand. Double blade style, very domineering. Then, Lin Kong opened the backpack and found that the 2 dinosaur eggs inside were safe and sound. As soon as his palm touched the 7 black eggs, Lin Kong received another message, "Hungry middle dot." This means that the food is on Lin Kong's right hand, a distance away from the black dot. Turning his head, Lin Kong looked at the location indicated by Cheatin. He was surprised to find that Jin Bawang's body was lying there. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 96, 10 Black Spots. Altogether, could it be that black mist droplet not only explodes in mutant zombies, but also in the bodies of new humans? Seeing the instructions of the 7 black eggs pointing to the head of the Golden Overlord, Lin Kong couldn't help but guess. He walked forward and bent down. After a careful look, he found that there was a green bend-sized black mist droplet suspended in the air about 1 centimeter above the Golden Overlord's forehead. The mist droplet was shaking slightly, and it seemed that it would soon dissipate in the air. It seems that this mist droplet will probably not exist for too long and will disappear automatically, Lin Kong muttered to himself. He brought the 7 black eggs close to the mist droplet, and the 9 black dots on the 7 black eggs began to gather. Because the giant hand zombie and Bigfoot zombie provided 2 black dots before. Therefore, if one more drop of black mist liquid is absorbed, the 7 black eggs will have 10. Lin Kong has a strong premonition that as long as 10 are gathered, the 7 black eggs will definitely undergo special changes. I had no chance to kill mutant zombies before, so now I can use Golden Overlord to collect the last drop of black mist. After the black spots on the 7 black eggs gathered together, a small tornado began to form. Dao Kong, is this also a dinosaur egg in your hand? Could it be that these 2 dinosaurs were hatched from dinosaur eggs? Why can your eggs create tornadoes? Sun Yixin saw it and couldn't help asking curiously. However, before she finished speaking, she was stopped by Li Minutes on the side. Don't disturb squad leader Lin. Ask these questions later. From Lin Kong's solemn expression, Li Minutes could see that Lin Kong was doing something important. With Li Minutes' stop, Sun Yixin could only shut up temporarily. However, since she found the 2 dinosaur eggs in Lin Kong's backpack, Sun Yixin had evil thoughts in her mind. After all, if my daughter follows this Lin Kong in the future, at least Lin Kong will give me some betrothal money or something like that, as her mother-in-law. This dinosaur is so obedient and fierce. It would be nice if I had one too. Hehe. By then, I will have the ability to protect myself, and I won't have to be humble to others anymore. Yes, no matter what, I must find a way to get Lin Kong to give me the remaining 2 dinosaur eggs. Anyway, Lin Kong already has 2 dinosaurs, and if there are too many dinosaurs, he can't raise them all. Sun Yixin planned happily. When the 7 black eggs gave birth to a miniature tornado and were about to absorb the mist droplets, Lin Kong suddenly pulled the 7 black eggs apart and made a new attempt. How far can it absorb the mist droplets? If it can absorb the mist droplets from a long distance, Lin Kong will be able to formulate more strategies to collect the mist droplets in the future. However, hungry as soon as the 7 black eggs were taken away, a cold instruction came into Lin Kong's mind. At the same time, the miniature tornado on the surface of the 7 black eggs also dissipated in the air. The black spots on the eggshell also swam away in boredom like tadpoles, slowly approaching, testing a little bit. Finally, Lin Kong determined the absorption distance. About 20 centimeters. About the same length as a chopstick. Once out of this distance, the miniature tornado will disappear. After entering this distance, the miniature tornado will appear. Then, the drop of black mist suspended on the forehead of the golden overlord was pulled towards the position of the 7 black eggs by the suction of the tornado. Can this black mist be blocked? Lin Kong also tried to block his hand between the tornado and the black mist. As a result, the black mist directly penetrated Lin Kong's palm and flew towards the 7 black eggs without any hindrance. As a real palm, it cannot hinder it. Then, this phenomenon will mean, this black mist is not a real thing. What on earth is this? This attempt made Lin Kong full of more doubts about this black mist. Although the black mist could not be touched by the human body, it still left a faint chill in the palm of the hand when it passed through the palm. This chill was the same as the chill that came with the communication between the 7 black eggs and Lin Kong. This chill seemed to come from the depths of hell, as if it carried the resentment of the dead, making people's hair stand on end and feel fear. Read the original text at 6 number 9 at book/bar. The black mist reached the surface of the 7 black eggs' eggshell. Then, like water drops falling on a sponge, it was absorbed by the 7 black eggs' eggshell. Once the black mist was absorbed, the other black spots stopped rotating, and the miniature tornado dissipated in the air. 10 black spots. Lin Kong stared at the 10 black spots on the eggshell without blinking. Originally, after the 7 black eggs absorbed the black mist, the black spots on its eggshell would disperse. But this time, after absorbing the black mist of Golden Overlord and having 10 black dots, these black dots did not retreat, but continued to gather. To be precise, it should be called fusion. Yes, the 10 black dots were no longer simply gathered, but began to merge together, and then became a large black dot. Li Minutes and Sun Yixin and his wife came over and stared at the surface of the 7 black eggs intently, looking forward to the next changes of the large black dot. After gathering 10 black dots, will it summon a dragon? Lin Kong guessed randomly. As a result, to his surprise, after the 10 small black dots merged into a large black dot, they slowly began to shrink and became a small black dot. Finally, the small black dot also shrank to the point where it was barely visible. The surroundings fell into silence. After a while, it was still quiet. Nothing changed. It's gone? Lin Kong's hands were almost sore from lifting, but he found that the 7 black eggs did not move at all. Could it be that this guy is full and about to go to sleep? Since there is no movement, I will take the initiative to communicate with him and see what is going on. Lin Kong then spread out his 5 fingers and pressed them tightly against the surface of the 7 black eggs. When he closed his eyes and was about to start communicating, He heard a chaotic sound of footsteps in his ears. It came from the ground. Then, there was the sound of the elevator running. Lin Kong's ears were enhanced by dinosaur possession, so his hearing is particularly good. Looking back, he found that the number on the display screen above the elevator entrance was changing from 0 to -1. Squad leader Lin. Someone is taking the elevator down. Lee Minutes also noticed the abnormality of the elevator and hurriedly reminded nervously, since someone came. Lin Kong had no time to study the matter of the 7 black eggs. He just took his hand away, but suddenly heard, crack, a slight sound of the eggshell cracking sounded. Chapter 97 A ball of black liquid. Crack. Lin Kong was very familiar with the sound of the eggshell breaking. This familiar and friendly sound immediately filled Lin Kong's heart with expectations. The first dinosaur egg hatched a Tyrannosaurus rex, allowing Lin Kong to sweep away ordinary zombies. The second dinosaur egg gave birth to a Triceratops, allowing Lin Kong to beat up level 1 new humans at will, and even easily defeat level 2 new humans like Lin Kong. And what kind of powerful dinosaur will hatch from this third dinosaur egg? What kind of extraordinary power will it bring me? Even if someone was taking the elevator down, Lin Kong couldn't care less. He just wanted to know what kind of dinosaur would jump out of the 7 black eggs. Lin Kong, someone is coming, let's hide quickly. Sun Ixin also noticed the situation in the elevator, and quickly took her husband's hand and prepared to escape to the safety elevator. Team leader Lin, are you going to leave? Lee Minutes asked hesitantly when she saw Lin Kong staring at the dinosaur egg motionlessly. Don't go to the safety stairs, hide in the corner of the corridor. Lin Kong grabbed Sun Ixin and ordered. Why? If we hide inside, we will be trapped in a jar. Sun Ixin asked in confusion. Because I heard footsteps, and someone came down from the emergency staircase. Lin Kong explained. So everyone hurried to the corner at the end of the corridor. Wu Feng was still in a coma, and Lin Kong put him against the wall. Then he turned around and told them, you stay here well, I'll go see who is coming down. Okay, okay. Sun Ixin nodded repeatedly. She was an ordinary person, and hiding aside was the best choice. Be careful. Lee Minutes was more concerned about Lin Kong's safety. Okay. After Lin Kong agreed, he turned around and ran to the elevator door with the 7 black eggs in his hands. Because when the dinosaur breaks out of the shell, it will cause a lot of noise, so Lin Kong can't get close to Lee Minutes and the others. Lin Kong is protected by the Triceratops, so he is naturally not afraid of the 7 black eggs exploding. Keep cracking. Let me see what kind of dinosaur you are. Lin Kong looked at the dinosaur expectantly. Ding. At the same time, the elevator came down. Although the Tyrannosaurus rex is fast, its defense is still relatively low. It is still afraid of bullets, so it hides behind Lin Kong. He holds the 7 black eggs in one hand and the 9-ring broadsword in the other. Lin Kong waits for the elevator door to open. Who will come down? Goof or Ziyu Wang? I don't know where Lin Kong went. Lin Kong has many guesses in his mind. But when the stainless steel elevator door slowly opens, empty, empty, there is no one inside. Lin Kong's mind is full of question marks. He did hear footsteps coming from the ground. Someone should have entered the elevator. But why is there no one? Could it be that a superpower like invisibility has hidden the people in the elevator? If it is invisibility, there must be footsteps when walking. Moreover, the tile floor is full of blood from the guards. Even if they rely on abilities such as invisibility, they will step on the blood on the ground when they pass by. So, Lin Kong held his breath, listened attentively to the movements around him, and watched the changes in the pools of blood next to the corpse. His mind was highly concentrated, and his body was in an attacking state ready to attack at any time. But, there was no movement around, and there was no sign that the blood next to the corpse was being stepped on. Moreover, the footsteps coming down the safety stairs suddenly weakened. Those who came down the stairs, for some unknown reason, all ran away. In short, Lin Kong's tension just now was completely a battle of wits and courage with the air. Listening carefully, Lin Kong could hear the footsteps on the ground, which were also gradually fading away. There was also a faint alarm. It should be the sound sent through the school radio. Under normal circumstances, this kind of alarm should not sound, because the sound will attract zombies. However, now, The alarm sounded desperately, so something big must have happened on the ground. Read the original text in Liu number 9/. Lin Kong speculated that it was because of the big thing that happened outside that those who were originally going to take the elevator down did not get in the elevator. Although Lin Kong was curious about what happened outside, the most important thing at the moment was to deal with the 7 black eggs first. Something is wrong. Lin Kong turned his eyes to the 7 black eggs in his hand. He found that the 7 black eggs only had a crack, and then there was nothing else. This was a thin crack about 10 centimeters long. Through the crack, you could see the inside of the 7 black eggs. It was pitch black and you couldn't tell whether it was a dragon or a worm. Lin Kong continued to stand there and waited for a while, and found that the 7 black eggs had indeed not changed. No way. I finally got all 10 black dots together. And you cracked a crack? Lin Kong said to the 7 black eggs with a little disappointment. He thought that some earth-shattering dinosaur would come out. Alas, in the end, there was only a crack. If 10 black dots opened a crack, then to open the 7 black eggs, wouldn't Lin Kong have to collect thousands of mist droplets? At this time, Sun Ixin, who was at the corner of the corridor, poked his head out like a thief. The elevator door was closed. No one else came to the corridor. Only Lin Kong stood there stupidly, talking to himself in front of a fossil egg. Sun Ixin felt relieved, but she was also confused. She asked in a low voice, "Dao Kong, why didn't anyone come down? What happened?" It seems that something big happened outside. They didn't come down. They all left. It's okay. You don't have to hide. Lin Kong waved his hand. After that, he turned around and continued to study the 7 black eggs in his hand. "You look much more mysterious than other dinosaur eggs. I don't believe you will crack." Lin Kong was unwilling. From giant hand zombie to Bigfoot zombie, Lin Kong has always been looking forward to the changes of the 7 black eggs. Moreover, the 7 black eggs have a different way of communication from other eggs. Lin Kong always feels that this 7 black eggs is definitely very awesome. Come on. Let's try to communicate. Lin Kong took a deep breath, and his 2 hands, one on the left and one on the right, tightly pressed against the shell of the 7 black eggs. As for the thin crack on the eggshell, it was facing his face. Lin Kong concentrated his energy into his danshan, and he closed his eyes and began to communicate with the 7 black eggs. An invisible wave spread out from the 7 black eggs. At the same time, Lin Kong's mind instantly came to a white space. He obviously closed his eyes. However, in this white space, he could see a ball of black liquid. Moreover, Lin Kong was surprised to find that this ball of black liquid could float freely according to his thoughts. Chapter 98 Extremely Cold Black Liquid. This ball of black liquid was spherical, about the size of a fingernail. Right. Lin Kong's mind moved, and the ball of black liquid went to the right. Left. Lin Kong once again directed it with his mind, and the ball of black liquid was as obedient as a Tyrannosaurus rex, and slowly and docilely floated to the left. Speed up. As soon as this thought came out, the black liquid, which was as docile as a sheep just now, suddenly turned into a ferocious hungry wolf and quickly rushed to the left. Puff. However, before it flew far, it hit the wall of this white space. However, this ball of black liquid did not break apart after hitting the wall. It was like a rubber ball, and it bounced back after hitting the wall. After bouncing back, it continued to hit the left. Then, it was bounced back by the wall again. This ball of black liquid seemed to have no spirituality at all. After receiving Lin Kong's order to go left, it kept hitting the left, and it didn't care even if there was a wall there. Stop. Lin Kong was worried that the ball of black liquid would be damaged, so he quickly ordered. After receiving Lin Kong's command, the black liquid then floated obediently in the white space. This stuff is quite fun. Lin Kong began to give various commands to the black liquid, letting it fly up and down in this white space. Soon, Lin Kong got tired of playing. But, what's the use of a black liquid? Could it be that this black liquid is the soul of the dinosaur? And what is this white space? Lin Kong's mind was full of doubts. There is a crack there. Suddenly, Lin Kong found a thin crack on the wall. What would happen if the black liquid got into the crack? Go. Lin Kong commanded the black liquid to fly towards the crack. Stop. Just as the black liquid was blocking the crack, Lin Kong hesitated again. Nothing bad will happen, right? He was a little unsure. Suddenly, someone patted his shoulder. Dao Kong, what's wrong with you? Lin Kong opened his eyes instantly and exited the white space. Turning his head, he saw SYNOPSIS looking at him with a worried look on his face. She asked, "What's wrong with you? Did you fall asleep while holding the dinosaur egg?" Seeing Lin Kong's eyes closed, SYNOPSIS thought he had fallen asleep while standing. Worried, she came over and patted Lin Kong on the shoulder. "No, I'm just communicating with the dinosaur egg," Lin Kong replied. Moreover, even if he opened his eyes, Lin Kong could feel that his mind was connected to the black liquid inside the 7 black eggs. "Keep going forward." Lin Kong then gave an order. Sure enough, Lin Kong could feel that the black liquid was moving inside the 7 black eggs. Yes, even if he opened his eyes, Lin Kong could still control the black liquid. "I understand." Lin Kong saw the cracks on the 7 black eggs and suddenly understood. The cracks he saw in the white space just now must be the cracks on the shells of the 7 black eggs. Suddenly, puff, a ball of black liquid squeezed out from the cracks. This black liquid was exactly the black liquid that Lin Kong saw in the white space. Because Lin Kong did not give the order to stop, the black liquid continued to move forward. Because the crack was facing Lin Kong, the black liquid shot straight at Lin Kong's face as soon as it came out. Before the black liquid hit Lin Kong felt a shocking chill coming towards him. Not good. A premonition of danger suddenly rose from Lin Kong's mind. He quickly tilted his head to avoid the oncoming black liquid. In fact, he only needed to stop the black liquid. But Lin Kong did not react in time, so the black liquid had to keep rushing forward. Fortunately, the black liquid rushed upward and would not hurt anyone. There was a fluorescent lamp directly in front of it. Pop! A slight collision sounded. The black liquid hit the fluorescent lamp, but the fragile fluorescent lamp was safe and sound. "This power is too small, it didn't even explode the fluorescent lamp." Lin Kong couldn't help but complain. Then, he was slapped in the face in an instant. Crack, 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 crack. Read the original text in Liu number 9/. This sound was not the sound of the fluorescent lamp cracking, but the sound of freezing. After hitting the fluorescent lamp, the black liquid suddenly released a large amount of dark blue cold air. With the fluorescent lamp as the center, this dark blue cold air spread out, and wherever it went, a layer of ice crystals formed. In an instant, a large ice block with a diameter of 2 meters froze on the ceiling. Sizzle tilde puff. The fluorescent lamp in the center short-circuited due to the extremely low temperature, and several electric sparks appeared, and then it went out with a puff. Hiss! Lin Kong took a breath of cold air. This small ball of black liquid actually contained such a terrifying cold air. Fortunately, I dodged quickly just now, otherwise, I would have been frozen into a big popsicle now. Wow, Zia Kong, is this your superpower? Have you become a new human? SYNOPSIS, who was standing by, saw the scene on the ceiling and thought that Lin Kong had awakened his superpower, but after taking a closer look at Lin Kong's eyes, he found that there was no trace of spiritual energy in his pupils. "Don't ask me questions all the time. I'm not sure either. I'll tell you when I figure it out." Facing SYNOPSIS wave after wave of questions, Lin Kong seemed a little impatient. "Let's talk about the black liquid again." Lin Kong found that after it released the cold air, it no longer continued to fly forward. Instead, it fell straight down like a plane that ran out of fuel. Lin Kong hurriedly used his hand to catch it. "Can't catch it." Lin Kong's outstretched hand suddenly retracted. Although it seemed that it had run out of energy, what if the black liquid still had some cold air left? Even if it was just a little bit, it would be enough to freeze Lin Kong's fingers off. To be on the safe side, Lin Kong retracted his hand. However, the black liquid took the initiative to fly towards Lin Kong. Oops! Lin Kong quickly retreated. Hungry. As Lin Kong retreated, a message came from the black liquid. This message was enough to prove that the black liquid was the dinosaur in the 7 black eggs. However, this was too weird. Why would a dinosaur look like this? This is not a dinosaur at all. Swish! The black liquid had already flown close to Lin Kong's arm, and there was cold air. Lin Kong could feel that the black liquid still had cold air left. "Don't hurt me," Lin Kong ordered the black liquid. Since it could understand my instructions to move forward and backward, the black liquid should also understand the order not to hurt it. Pa! The black liquid hit Lin Kong's arm, but no cold air was released. Lin Kong breathed a sigh of relief. Then, the black liquid continued to move forward and flew towards the 7 black eggs. It went back through the crack. Hungry. After the black liquid drilled back, Lin Kong received another message. Chapter 99 SS Level 7 Black Frost. Are you hungry again? After hearing the thoughts of the 7 black eggs, Lin Kong remembered that Go Yanking was also a new human of level 1. Then, there should be mist droplets in his head. So, Lin Kong held the 7 black eggs and came to the entrance of the safety stairs. Go Yanking's head was kicked there by Lin Kong. He squatted down and found that there was also a mist droplet floating above his forehead. But, the black spots on your eggshell are gone. How can you absorb them? Lin Kong had a new question. A miniature tornado appeared near the crack. The mist droplets flew towards the 7 black eggs. Just when Lin Kong thought that the mist droplets would pass through the crack and get in, pop, the mist droplets turned into a black spot and attached to the eggshell. In other words, I have to absorb 9 more black spots to open a crack again. Lin Kong could feel that if he wanted to completely hatch the 7 black eggs, he needed to collect more mist droplets. At the same time, he also came to the conclusion that the dinosaur in the 7 black eggs was the black liquid. However, it had not grown up yet, so it still looked like a black liquid. Only by eating enough mist droplets could the dinosaur in the 7 black eggs fully develop and evolve from a black liquid into a real dinosaur. What kind of dinosaur would a dinosaur that can emit cold air be? Although no real dinosaur jumped out of the 7 black eggs, however, the black liquid that could come and go freely as Lin Kong wished and could instantly release a large amount of cold air had already made Lin Kong gain a lot. This black liquid that could freeze people was an excellent choice for sneak attacks on young people. Even if you faced the twin girls level 3 zombies again, Lin Kong felt that he had a chance to escape. For the operation of rescuing his mother, Lin Kong was a little more confident because of this trump card, 7 Black Frost. By the way, Lin Kong named this trump card, and it was called 7 Black Frost. However, the 7 black eggs seem to have become very weak. It seems that the 7 black freeze cannot be used twice in a short period of time. Lin Kong felt the situation of the 7 black eggs and came to a conclusion. The 7 black freeze can quietly approach the enemy, with a large freezing range and strong freezing effect. In terms of the ability to kill people, it is at least 5 or 6 times better than the Forbidden Fire Eye. If classified according to the rating of skills, the 7 Black Freeze is at least an SS level skill. Moreover, with the absorption of the mist droplets, the 7 Black Freeze can become stronger and stronger. It is not only an SS level skill, but can also grow to SSS level, with huge potential. It is reasonable that such a heaven-defying skill cannot be used twice in a short period of time. It's really stronger than the previous generation. You Pit Father Dragon, you came out first, but you became the last dinosaur. Lin Kong couldn't help but look at the Tyrannosaurus Rex at his feet with sympathy. Compared with the SS level, Dinosaur Possession, and 7 Black Freeze, the Tyrannosaurus Rex's Forbidden Fire Eye is only B level. There was a difference of 3 levels, so it looked particularly shabby. Tyrannosaurus Rex was originally the strongest dinosaur and the first dinosaur to come to Lin Kong. But under Lin Kong's hands, it became the weakest one, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex roared unwillingly. It seemed to indicate that it had not grown up yet. When it grew up, whether it was the Triceratops or the mysterious 7 black eggs, they would all stand aside. Sooner or later, the Tyrannosaurus Rex would let Lin Kong realize how powerful it was. Okay, you are the boss after all. If I get something good in the future, can I give it to you first? Seeing the unconvinced look of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, Lin Kong touched the little head of the Tyrannosaurus Rex to comfort him. Although the skills of the Tyrannosaurus Rex are indeed not very awesome, the teeth of the Tyrannosaurus Rex are really powerful. When the Tyrannosaurus Rex grows up, it will be as big as the one in the movie Jurassic Park. Wow, it will definitely bite anyone. The Tyrannosaurus Rex is different from the Triceratops. If it wants to grow quickly, Lin Kong must get more 6-petal green flowers. Use the 6-petal green flower with the zombie's mutant spirit core to make the Tyrannosaurus Rex obtain a large amount of spiritual energy. The original text is available at LU number 9 at book/bar. However, Lin Kong still has not obtained the method to condense the spiritual energy beats. Therefore, he still has to find Zi Wang to ask for the method to condense the spiritual energy beats. After all, Jinba Wang and Go Yanqing have been killed, and the contradiction between the two has reached an irreconcilable point. Lin Kong has no choice but to use brute force on Zi Wang. In addition, the black spots of the 7 black eggs also need to kill more mutant zombies to collect enough mist droplets. Of course, killing people can also obtain mist droplets. But for Lin Kong, if others do not come to provoke him, Lin Kong will not easily kill people. Previously, in the exchange in the gymnasium, Lin Kong also let Jinba Wang live. It was because Jinba Wang insisted on killing him that Lin Kong killed him. Not killing people easily does not mean that Lin Kong is a coward who accepts everything. To cut the grass, you must rout it out. When he comes out later, Lin Kong will most likely kill Goof as well. Let's go out. Lin Kong put the 7 black eggs back into his backpack with satisfaction, and waved to Sun Yixin, Li Minutes and others behind him. Sun Yixin followed immediately, but Li Minutes reminded him a little embarrassedly, and Cheng, I can't carry him very well. By the way, look at my brain. I almost forgot Fei. Lin Kong slapped his head and remembered Wu Fei, who was still unconscious. In addition, Lin Kong's body was greatly enhanced by dinosaur possession. Carrying Wu Fei on his back was like carrying a ball of cotton, which was not a burden at all. Moreover, he was holding a broad-backed broadsword, a 9-ring broadsword, a backpack of dinosaur eggs, and a bag of dried bacon. How about I help you hold the knife? Li Minutes suggested. No need, my body is very strong, at least equal to the strength of a level 2 new human. Lin Kong was not bragging. After all, dinosaur possession is a super scary skill rated as SS. In order to reassure Li Minutes, he casually stepped on the stairs. Crack, a light step collapsed a large part of the stairs. After stepping on the stairs, Lin Kong raised his eyebrows to Li Minutes and boasted, "Look, isn't it very strong?" "It is indeed very strong. Your dinosaur is really magical. It can make an ordinary person like you have such divine power." Li Minutes praised. She saw Lin Kong's transformation clearly at that time, and naturally understood that the Triceratops turned into liquid and turned into the liquid dragon armor on Lin Kong's body. She had heard that not only zombies outside had mutated, but also some wild animals, stray dogs and cats, etc. had mutated. Mutated wild animals also have superpowers, such as breathing fire and spitting ice. However, this was the first time Li Minutes saw Lin Kong's Triceratops. Dinosaur possession, skill. Chapter 100, Zhuge Corpse, appearance. When Lin Kong went up carefully through the safety stairs, the screams from outside were endless. But when he came up completely, he found that the originally peaceful gathering place had turned into hell. Hundreds of zombies were pouring in from the gate of the gathering place. How could this happen? Why did they let these zombies break in? Didn't Zi Wang and the others take care of it? Seeing the survivors hurriedly running for their lives under the pursuit of the zombies, Lin Kong couldn't help but exclaimed. To explain why Zi Wang didn't defend himself, we have to go back a little bit in time. 5 minutes ago, it was when Lin Kingfeng was bombarded. When the shells exploded on Lin Kingfeng's body, there was a huge bombardment. This directly caused all the zombies within a radius of 5 kilometers to notice the gathering place. However, this was not enough to cause a disaster in the gathering place. The problem is that among these mutant zombies, there is a Zhuge corpse. There are 3 types of mutant zombies, namely, agility type, strength type, and control type. There are agile zombies, such as the jumping zombie that Lin Kong killed with a single blow, and the twin girls Dang Dang and Dandan that Lin Kong met in the house. There are power zombies, such as the giant hand zombie that Lin Kong met on the road before, and the Bigfoot zombie that Lin Kingfeng's goddess Huang Yun turned into. Agile zombies are fast, and power zombies are strong. In terms of catastrophic, these two are far inferior to the control type mutant zombies. Control type mutant zombies are divided into 3 types. Taming zombies, that control wild beasts, Zhuge zombies, that control their fellow zombies, and the most terrifying, three-eyed zombies, that control humans. Because of the shelling of the tank, a huge zombie was directly attracted. This huge zombie was wearing a neat suit, but the suit was covered with foul-smelling black blood. Its face was even more horrible. One eyeball slipped out of its eye socket, but it was connected by a thin muscle. So, it was like a small ball, hanging on the face of this huge corpse. It raised its arms and roared. Ho tilde the eyeballs on its face kept shaking with this roar. The volume of this roar was not very loud, and it could only be transmitted a distance of about 100 meters at most, and human ears could not hear it. However, for some reason, all the zombies within a radius of 5 kilometers heard the roar of huge corpse, and understood the instructions of huge corpse, and all surrounded the gathering place. Whether you are an ordinary zombie or a mutant zombie, all rushed to the gathering place like crazy. Among them, there was an old zombie who had lost both legs, but after receiving the order from huge corpse, a strong bloodthirsty light suddenly burst out from its turbid eye sockets. It used its hands as feet and struggled to crawl to the gathering place. Even if it is disabled, it still does not give up the desire to eat people, which is very inspiring. In short, all the zombies within a radius of 5 kilometers came. However, at the gate of the gathering place, the 2 guards in the watchtower were chatting and laughing. One of the guards, wearing a pair of myopic glasses, said to the other guard, "Hey, have you heard? I heard that this morning, another woman in our gathering place evolved into a new human automatically without eating anything. She is really lucky. If I also became a new human, I wouldn't have to guard the gate here." After hearing this, the other guard asked with a lustful look, "What's the figure of that woman like? How does she look?" The guard with glasses curled his lips. "She has a good figure, with a curvy figure. As for her appearance, I didn't get to see her clearly because I had to change shifts." The other guard rolled his eyes. "Needless to say, if she had a slightly better figure, she would definitely belong to Expert Z Wang." The guard with glasses said enviously, "If only I could sit in Expert Z's position, it would be great. Women, food, power, whatever I want, it would be great." Another guard pointed to a female zombie wandering in the distance. "Look, there's a woman over there. Haha, I'll leave that kind of woman to you." The guard with glasses said with a grin. Suddenly, "Huh? How did she know to come this way?" Another guard noticed something unusual. This female zombie was at least 100 meters away from the watchtower. Zombies have poor eyesight, and this is an ordinary zombie that has not evolved. Originally, it would not have noticed the watchtower, but now, this female zombie is rushing straight towards the gate of the gathering place. "Wow, so fast!" the guard with glasses exclaimed. The original text is available at 6:9. The movement speed of ordinary zombies, even if they go crazy, is about the same as the speed of human jogging. And now this female zombie wearing a supermarket shopping guide uniform, its running speed is actually about the same as the speed of an athlete sprinting 100 meters. How can it be so fast? It doesn't make sense. We have been observing her for so long. She has always been an ordinary zombie and has never evolved. The other guard seemed quite surprised. When he had nothing to do, he and the guard with glasses would observe this supermarket shopping guide zombie through the telescope on the gun. They were very sure that this shopping guide zombie had absolutely never evolved. However, this amazing running speed could only be achieved by mutant zombies. Such an unreasonable situation made the guard feel an ominous premonition. "Don't just stand there, shoot," the guard with glasses reminded. He raised his rifle, opened the safety, and aimed at the zombie. However, when he wanted to pull the trigger, the guard next to him patted him on the shoulder. Okay. Bang! The shot missed. Because his companion patted him, the bullet flew into the sky. The guard with glasses immediately looked at the other guard with an unhappy face. "Why did you pat me? You made me miss the target." The other guard widened his eyes, pointed his finger at the other side of the street with trembling hands, and stammered, Okay, what do you mean by okay?" The guard with glasses saw his companion's frightened face and curled his lips in disdain. However, when he followed the guard's finger and looked to the other side of the street, the pupils of the bespectacled guard shrank instantly and he fell backwards in fear. Even the glasses on his nose were hanging on the ground in fear. He exclaimed, "There are so many mutant zombies." "Glasses, what should we do? Should we run?" Another guard looked at the bespectacled guard. The bespectacled guard picked up the glasses on the ground with trembling hands, decisively put the gun on his back, and replied, "There are so many mutant zombies, do you still need to ask? Of course we should run." End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.